not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to. Praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to. Praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know.
Walking on the moon. One moment to escape. Walking on the moon.
Or indeed good afternoon, or indeed if you are in the region that we're covering today, a very good evening. Welcome all to the APAC Biweekly Rumble, in collaboration of course with APL. I'm the one who's forced not to wear glasses. He's the one who has chosen to. Reliq and bacon to you and yours truly. We got ourselves a fantastic tournament already in the running, Bacon. We're going to be covering 3 beautiful series, the upper finals, lower finals, and grand finals of this scrap. Bi-weekly Rumble 1, great success. Expecting more of the same.
Yeah, of course. Fantastic last time. We even had an upset. The Free Rats, the sort of kings of APAC South, has been since about 2019, getting dethroned by the hot new flavor, you could argue. It's Asian cuisine. They've guaranteed themselves into the finals against APAC North. Free Rats disbanded pretty quickly. I mean, two-thirds still together. Of course, that's the big new signing, right? Gladiators picking up Realize, Vert, and Maxu for next season. We were thinking, oh, do we see them, sign up for this one? I think it's a little bit too soon, as they've got to sort out, the living situation and that. But 2 weeks' time, Gladiators should be with us. So what does that mean right now, James? It's a mad dash for the rest of the teams to try and snatch up that spot before the Gladiators turn up.
It is indeed. In the upper final that we're going to be covering today, something of a, both of the kings are now dead, so the throne is there for the taking. 3rd and 4th place from 2 weeks ago. Lip Biters, previously known as Yat, stealing an EU name. Wow, how topical. Speaking of, Issy Japan Corp, of course, you talk about Asian cuisine. Got a bit of fusion here, of course, with our French-Asian friends. It's a relatively new duo, as we've been speaking about earlier. Very excited to see how they can improve, and hopefully we will see an improvement throughout this tournament. 4th place, a fantastic first outing. Can they go, well, not just 1 better, but potentially 3 better today? They'll be guaranteed at least 2 if they win this series.
Yeah, that's the big question, right? Japan Corp or Japan Corp, sorry, because of course pronunciation. Who would have known? Japan and French is Japan. We're learning every single day, right? Bringing in two newcomers to the region, previously playing in France, but they do have dual nationalities. So these are Asian players for, well, every single reason. You know, you look at Max Yu, oh, he's Irish. No, he's got dual nationality with. Trying to remember if it was Indonesian or Singaporean, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. They're all absolutely fine playing here. They actually are currently in over Asia, no ping issues, apart from the standard APAC ping issues. That's kind of why we split up South and North, and then we'll bring them together for an exciting little finale at the end after the 3 regionals. But on the opposite side, Kevin, Kaizen, Misty, and Bunny Dummy. Now, this is a squad which I think everyone's got down as favorites today here, James.
Yeah, I mean, Misty's kind of the Malaysian player. Is he not? He is someone who's been in and around the APAC scene for so long that even I know who he is as someone who doesn't regularly commentate on this part of the world. We saw him try his might at Intel World Open, you might remember, a few years ago. But that's not to say that he is not a player without his great qualities. I think he's a leader. I think that he is someone that we are expecting to see pop off and ultimately bring Lip Biters to the forefront in terms of their attacking prowess and indeed taking that responsibility at the back. It's a game I feel that Lip Biters will be coming into where they will be expecting to progress through to the grand finals. They've got that synergy, you know, they know each other very well. Most importantly, this is, I'm not going to say a banana peel game though, because we know that this Japan Corp can actually put on a fantastic show. For me personally, I would be surprised if they don't pick up at least one game here.
Yeah, I know that we've had Lip Biters basically 3-0 their way through the bracket so far. Chrono's mum is yelling, isn't the biggest sort of like threat to them, but Reunion on the opposite side, Squiggly Blue and Hero, was a good 3-0 for them. Scores were 7-5, 5-1, and 4-2. So pretty convincing in that as well. But Japan Corp, the scariest thing is they came out of the gates absolutely running last time. We thought they'd be around about the 6th mark. Well, they finished 4th. And so this time round, with 2 extra weeks of working together, because they're still a fairly young team, this is where we're going, okay, top 2 would be a good result. But if they can catch Lip Biters, you know, unsuspecting, they might be able to run away with gold here today. And that's exciting for a new squad.
Yeah, I will tell you, Chrono's mum most certainly is yelling at him now. One of the only 2 rosters to have left us, unfortunately. Them along with Spike, both getting 3-0'd in the lower bracket. Worth mentioning, those quarterfinals up to the semi-finals will be happening off-stream as we're casting this one. Reunion going up against Triple Zhao. We do expect Reunion to take that one ultimately. Rotti's Associates up against, and that's going to be a question mark of a series as well. I believe we're just waiting for the go-ahead for the players. But a reminder, of course, of what's on the line. $1,500 for each of these bi-weeklies, Bacon. It's simple maths. $1,000 for the winner and $500 for second. So this is a really, really important game. I realize that for a lot of this off-season stuff, the more casual Rocket League esports fan will be like, oh, this isn't RLCS. What's even the point? But like $500 even is a decent amount of change to have in your pocket.
Yeah, you got to be thinking, like, when we looked at SSA, right, we were saying those guys are basically making the money of one of their splits anyway, their regionals anyway. Over here in APAC, whilst we get a very similar amount of money, remember, that's with APAC North, so we're currently kind of like trying to figure out these 2 regions, then we'll combine. It's always going to be the finale that makes the big boolah, but you got to think economics wise here, you know, regions of scale for those teams in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, like $500 is a good little whack of money here compared to, you know, NA, where the teams don't seem to care for anything less than 10 grand these days.
I'm going to be using my good friend, not sponsored, XE foreign currency exchange. I remember going over to Kuala Lumpur a number of years ago and being astonished at how far my money could take me. Just for the record, $500 ends up as 2,383 Malaysian ringgits with 72 extra dimes on top of that. So, I mean, it really does go the extra mile. Trust us, it's big. These are big tournaments, especially for a region, Bacon, which is still growing. I was sort of alluding to the joke and the controversy and these imports and so on. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. This league is growing in competitiveness. It's growing in quality and excitement. The show is better for everybody, and it's encouraging the locals to the area to step up. Hey, you want to get these upstarts who are looking for a free check out of your tournaments, out of your RLCS, then get better yourself. It's literally a case of get good, but in the best and most constructive way possible.
Take Elevate from Wildcards, right? I know everyone jokes about the region, about the import players, but the players of the region don't really mind at all. It's the import players sort of shenanigans is more so about NA, let's be real about that. But here, we've seen APAC absolutely rise to the occasion to the point now that there's a current sort of aura of uneasiness when we do bring South and North back together, because everyone's thinking, towards the end of the last season of RLCS, APAC South was stronger, but you could see bubbling away. APAC North just ready to explode once again. That's why we saw Power is Strong. Is Power kind of come out of nowhere, an old team that, we hadn't seen, like I say, Krillin since the season before in APAC North. Finally, because of course, they've got busy lives outside of Rocket League, play again, and we're going, these guys are able to jump instantly into that sort of top 12 area. What is left to uncover in APAC? We've got some new players as well, like Sphinx and so, coming through the fold, who will be 15 by the time of next RLCS season. And this is their chance right now to kind of play. Of course, they're all playing up in APAC North, it's got to be said. But this is where we're currently seeing what does next season look like, and hence why we've had a massive mix-up, almost akin to, say, Europe in this current case, where all the players right now are looking, who works best with me? They're trying to find the best chemistry between teams. No longer are we in a case where you're looking to your friends and kind of playing if a friend group on good vibes. And no, they're looking at proper strategy. Coaches getting involved in the region proper now. And we're looking to build some real powerful teams, because we've seen what Elevate can do at Worlds, going to qualification match for the finals at Worlds. And we're going, we know we can get to that level next year. We might even be able to one-up them. So APAC is ready to just explode into the next level.
And I think that this longer off-season between RLCS seasons is really going to aid in that as well, because we see it in EU. I mean, we're seeing it all across the world, in truth, aren't we? Where very few rosters are actually sticking together. I mean, you got your Team Vitalities. I mean, they're world champions. Why would they switch from what works very, very well? But aside from that, it seems like everyone else is willing to take that risk, because there's actually more of a sort of buffer to work with. Previously, you take the risk and then you'd be like, well, we're either going to have to make a change now 1 or 2 weeks before the season starts, because this clearly isn't working, or you got to try and work through your problems, which could lead to a very slow opening of the season / a terrible first third of the season if you're not allowed to make the substitutes up until a certain point. Now, there are literal months where you can go ahead, check out, what's the best on offer, who's going to be synergizing with us the best. And that's why I think it's a particularly ominous statement the Gaiman Gladiators have already settled. They know exactly what they're going for. They have formed a super team. I am scared for the rest of APAC overall, knowing that they are there, but I also have more faith in everyone else, because they've got the most amount of time that they've ever had to find those right partners to try and figure out a dismantling tactic going forward.
I think for Gladiators, it was that simple fact they still had Maxu signed, right? Then they're looking around. Vert was looking to OCE, teasing it as well. They wanted to make sure they pick up the best team in the region. So picking up 2/3 of the past Elevate roster with Maxu, who we know is an amazing player, makes complete sense. Now, whether this, can help Maxu sort of hit that next level, because I think that is going to be the big question, right? Because we saw how good Kami was last season, and when it got especially to LAN, that's when Kami really came into his own and helped that team sort of rise to the occasion. So we need to see Maxu be able to step up there. we know that lands are going to be that new experience for him. But Maxu, as long as he's getting the support from the rest of the team, you know, Gladiators have got some great support. If you just see him on Twitter, absolutely bigging this up, they should be able to really unlock the true potential as this squad. But we've got 2 squads we need to look at here, James. We ready to get into match?
We most certainly are. The cup is fully on my ear. The sound is ready to roar into life. Our APAC Biweekly, it's already begun, of course, but our broadcast is finally ready to get underway with our winners final. That being, of course, the Japan Corp going up against the Lip Biters, previously known as GAT. I'm super excited to cover this region. We hope that you're all ready as well. By the way, if you are new here, please be sure to follow the channel. Plenty more Rocket League where that came from all over the world. It's kickoff here in APAC.
It's going to be Axel to kick us off. Picking up a brilliant little kickoff. Perfectly lined up. No, not able to get there in time. And Chaotic, that's a beautiful flop. Anyone line up. We've seen this from APAC last time around, James. They are looking so much more for team players now.
They're looking super aggressive as well. Defense has often been something that has been left wanting on the international stage. But here on the national stage, you're not going to want to see this one again.
No, Bunny's dropped an N from his name. And the ball in the back of the net. It's pretty easy. Weak source defense from the side of Japan. I think that's the kind of wake-up call you need in the early stages, though, right, Reliq? You've got to be able to sort of go, oh, okay, right, yeah, we've got to make sure we're playing our A game. This is with go. Dirty.
Oh, this dunk is nasty. Kaiser picks the ball up from the halfway line. Oh, and I do wonder whether there's a disconnect here, though, because I notice Ekni in the back of net there. Very stagnant, very much not moving. Looks like they're okay now, but nonetheless, it took a C2 within the first minute. Not the end of the world, of course, but you still got 4 to work with, yet you'd rather not be in that position.
Yeah, I had a cheeky little look at pings. No issues there. Looked pretty rock solid across the board. You know, we are playing on RLCS servers and all of that, so yeah, I think that was just someone that kind of was in awe for that moment. You ever get those, you know, a deer in the headlights situation, especially when you got these attacks coming out. Damn!
There is a lot of pressure on the team currently riding in orange, and they're currently riding to a defeat. They are penned in. They are struggling for air. Somebody throw them a life ring, please. Misty, top of the box, demo. Oh, it's disgusting.
Absolutely disgusted. Look at that, off the ceiling. Misty, you gotta remember spending that time in Europe, learning how to kick it with the best of them, and doing a lot of freestyling during that period as well, mind you, getting into that scene. But bringing that back last season to APAC and bringing it with vengeance, we were questioning, will we see basically continue playing in a competitive fashion after the last RLCS season? You know, the pressure was there, and he still seems up to the challenge.
I take inspiration from the land of the rising sun, but right now it's the land of the sinking ship for Japan Corp, and it might be about to get worse. Near post shots saved by Ekni. Backboard hit, well marshaled by Chaotic, who really does need to not live up to his name and try and establish some order here in the midfield. But any time they go past that halfway line, Bacon, the Lip Biters, they're pouncing upon it.
This is when it really comes down to Captain Chaotic, right? He's got to be the one to steer that ship, keep everyone in tow. Big clearance, however, that could be a massive confidence boost.
Yeah, a bit of complacency perhaps from the Lip Biters, who will most certainly have to unlock their lips and then try and speak a little bit more to the teammates, because there was no one at home. Nobody forgot to lock the door. And it's a lifeline of sort. It has been thrown. It's been thrown into the water. They're grabbing onto it, Japan Corp. But now they need to find 2 other goals, at least, to take to OT. There's the first of which, straight off.
Boy, they're kicking. They're starting to swim. There is life in this team. They are not done yet. Back within 1, half the game, more than that to go. Well, this has been a weird opener for the day. I'm going to say it.
West Celine Dion, the heart does go on. They're showing plenty of heart, Japan Corp. 1 goal game, just heading towards half time. And a bit of a shell shock for Lip Biters. who are so comfortable, so confident, perhaps a little too much so. There is the halftime marker, needing a bit of defense though, Japan Corp, as Libiters set up their siege yet again. That's crossfield dangerous, especially when it's into the path of the opposition, but Ekni has marshaled this well, and there's the clearance complete.
Good little nudge as well from Misty to lay that off of Kaizen, who's decided to slow it down. Another wise move. You don't need to clear the ball downfield. She'll hand over control. If you've got confidence in your dribbling skills, you can just slow it down to that midfield line. It'll allow time for your teammates to stack up as well. You should be looking for about a 50-50 to boot. That'll give another clearance. It's just more about cycling, allowing your teammates to rotate into their proper positions.
Misty gives it up. It's a long clear down. Kaizen does well from the backboard. Loses the challenge, gains the 100 boost. That's not going to be for most of his worries, though. It's a demo on Samont from Kaizen, at least relieves the pressure a little bit. That is very dangerous. All Litbiters looking around. Someone's got to scramble it away. They do so, and for a second time. Much, much better from Japan Corp.
Yeah, they missed out on the opportunity there because they were sticking to their formations. It's not something you can criticize them for. No one's expecting that loose ball across net, and you want to see a team like this that's growing, learning how each other plays. You want them to kind of be in those ready positions where you're expecting a pass from a teammate, not loose balls.
Backboard hit again. It's a favorite of this orange team, and again for a third time. Oh, and it's gone wide from Chaotic, saved by Kaizen, actually gets a piece of it right down the other end. It's a whip off the backboard. Now we're going to, oh wow, what a great follow-up challenge though. I was thinking that was going to be an open net opportunity for sure. Maybe it still will be. No, closed down at this near post by Ekni, who has really impressed me. We talk about taking up that responsibility, Bacon, and Ekni at the rear has been doing fantastically well.
It's kind of quieting down. This comes to near enough two different factors, right? You've got calmer Litbiters where they're not wanting to make those mistakes again. You've got a team on the opposite side, Japan Corp, who really turned up the gas.
Just 15 seconds left. And unfortunately, as enthralled as we are by this game, it is going to come to an end unless we find an equalizer for Japan Corporation. They got to find the pen. They got to sign the contract, but it's going to be burned in the fires. Game one goes the way of the Litbiters.
Remember, folks, gotta win 3 games still here. That's the 5s for out, and I mean, this is looking to go the distance. 3-2, Japan Corp were pretty much in control. Sorry, best of 7 now. Oh, damn. This is going to be a long one. This is going to be a great series.
I'm very excited. If anything, Japan Corp will be particularly aggrieved by how poor they started things. I think anybody coming into this broadcast not knowing anything of the region would have thought, wow, this is the winners final? My goodness me, Litbiters are just going to sweep through the entire bracket. There's going to be no competition, but at least by that halfway point, we start to see Japan Corp showing the passing plays and the pretty pinpoint accuracy as well that we know that they are capable of. Now they got to take that momentum that they managed to accrue for themselves in game number 1, take it from the beginning in game number 2, and run with it. For the Litbiters, the job is simple. Snuff that and do exactly the same thing as you did 5 minutes ago.
But we're in APAC here, James. There is nothing as simple as that. You're not going to get simple sweeps for a bracket. I mean, Elevate had it for 1 split, and then after that, they lost the following up split. So, you know, nothing's as simple. You can only expect 2 things in APAC. That is just simple madness in your brackets and the chance to go for a freestyle. If you see it, they're going to go for it.
The attack early on, Japan Corp. The clearance to Kaizen. Throws a corner bound. That's a steal from Booney. I tell you what.
It's just beautiful.
This is horrific from a defensive point of view. Booney steps in ahead of Samont, steals the boost, and then utilizes it to throw it into the back of net with Ekni stranded at the far post. Oh, dearie me, but Litbiters delighted. 1-0.
Funny with the play there. Chaotic has to just challenge that flat in case there's a shot on net. That Chaotic's not at fault there. The rest of the team should have been quick enough to follow up on either a clearance out to mid from the angle, never going to happen, or the hit towards the wall. And they just didn't. No one was ready. No one was talking.
I like the slow plays. Trying to switch it up here. Arch upon the Corp and got another ball through the corner, but quickly returned to send a lovely follow-up challenge from Booney. Kaizen and Booney again. Closed down by Chaotic. It's loose and the clearance will come through Simon. There's Kaizen. Not got a lot of boost to work with, but again gets into the halfway line. No one willing to challenge. Got support here. Misty now on the scene in that Fennec of his. Challenged in the air through Chaotic. And that's not exactly the best pass. It's going back. There's a demo, but it's all kind of coming to nothing. All these waves of pressure crashing into each other.
You say it's not the best pass. It kept control for the side of Bite Lippers there. And that's something that has really changed in this offseason for a lot of these stronger APAC South teams like Asian Cuisine beforehand, is that confidence in themselves to be able to play defensively and prioritize control of the ball rather than control the pitch.
Now, I don't want to make Lip Biters sound like a broken record, but they're kind of forcing me to here. The sort of offensive idea is exactly the same time and time again. We'll try and set up shop in their own half. We're going to go for a demo on the keeper or a bump on the keeper. And then we're going to shoot, and hopefully we're going to score. Now, I would like Japan Corp to recognize this and understand that there's actually more chance to them finding success from committing more people forward if they're able to launch that counterattack. But first and foremost, they've got to keep their own goal map safe. Good save off Kaizen.
That's the hard thing about playing off counterattacks, though, Reliq, is you're under so much pressure. You've got to maintain that boost, and it's easier said than done, especially when you got a bunny lingering. He's a shark in the water up here.
Again, though, you look at Acne, should be going up themselves. You look at Chaotic, should have been a little bit more proactive. I'm not going to say it's simple Rocket League, but it's certainly Rocket League at this level, which you would be expecting to defend well enough against. It's another near post shot that finds success for the Lip Biters. It's 2-0 and they're looking strong, convincing.
Easy touch for Bunny as well. He is picked up by Agni, so you can see the pressure from the midfield is better for Japan again. It's almost looking like the second half of that game won. Notice how quickly Kaizen, Misty, and Bunny can sort of cut and glide through their opposition. The predictions need to be slightly better from Japan.
Oh dear. Needed a piece of that, didn't he, Acne? Otherwise that was heading straight to net. Here they are again, moving forward. Can't get past one. Here's the cavalry, but again, too easy to read. Open the book, turn the page. Maybe closing the chapter on this game are Lip Biters. With 90 seconds left, there's been barely a sniff of a shot for Japan Corp.
But that's because we're seeing a little bit of hesitation from Japan Corp. Those communications still need to be picked up. Again, they're still building that team chemistry, and I feel this is a great squad that just needs more time together, maybe a coach to try and help them out if they don't have one already. Oh, Bunny was getting cheeky with that.
There's no way that was going in. That was that was a letterbox of a shot opportunity in spoiler alert. Spherical object cannot fit through letterbox, but maybe there is still a chance for Japan Corp here. Only 2-goal differential. Not impossible with the 45 seconds that they're going to be afforded at the end of this game on Forbidden Temple, but you just get a sense from the direction of the game. Only one shot on target in now 4.5 minutes. It is bleak. Oh, and it almost got bleaker.
I can admit as well, I did have a cheeky little gander over at Liquipedia. They do have a coach in Scowl on the side of Japan Corp, and you can see the attacking has been better here today than we saw last time out. So I think it's just focusing on the attack first, then we'll look at defense, because defense is quite honestly the hardest thing to build up as a squad.
Yeah, that's a great bump, by the way. There should be 3, and indeed it will. The cherry on top of a beautifully baked cake. It's going to be not quite match point scenario just yet. A reminder for anybody just joining, best of 7 says it at the top of your screens, of course. So still 2 more games to find for the Lip Biters, but on the back of this performance, it's going to be difficult to see where Japan Corp can find that place to anchor down, really, and find some sort of purchase. over their opponents. Because again, I said this 30 seconds ago, it's worth reiterating. Just the one shot on target for Japan Corp across 5 minutes of gameplay. That is not good enough no matter what division you're in.
They were closed out well. Lipbiter's control of the midfield was immaculate at times.
yeah.
Sure, there was a few chances where it got a little bit slippery, and that's mainly because Lipbiters have overextended themselves. They kind of had forced into a do or die play. They thought they were more confident in getting the goal than what they really were. Happens. And you can see that in a number of shots from the opposite side. 9 from Lipbiters, which realistically isn't as high as what you'd think, because they were aiming around the goal. They were trying to do backboard passes, shots across net to each other, and Japan's Corp defense held up reasonably well. You can see that a lot of the shots from Lipbiters were more about moving the defense by the sheer number of saves from Japan Corp only just being 3 compared to the 9 shots on target. It's just about working that defense, which Lipbiters are doing well. So Japan Corp focus on control of the ball and push up with nice dribbles, forcing into those 50-50s, have a second player out wide. That's where they'll get their runaways and their counter-attacking opportunities.
Eventually, the penny's got to drop, though, Bacon. Like, the midfield is where they are losing out comprehensively, especially more so in game number 2. I thought they were going to... I mean, they were showing positive signs in game number 1. We shouldn't dismiss those efforts in game number 1. They were very convincing in the second half. But they lost out so completely in that second game that, for me, I'd rather them take risks and maybe concede a couple more goals if it actually gives them the opportunity to get on the front foot. It's a very different ball game when you're playing from 1-0 up as opposed to 1-0 behind.
But that's because, again, they need to play with a little bit of pace. Japan Corp need to slow the ball down in the midfield in those defensive progressions, essentially dribbling the ball with it nice and close to you, the force 50-50s that then go wildly shooting across, and now get them in their counterattacks, because at that point, they're going to be low on boost. What you can see right now is whenever in defense, they're wanting to just punch it away. That's giving control over to their opposition, who are always going to be in midfield. Thus, they can't break that hold. And
It's the challenge game again, or more accurately, the where do you place the ball. That's way too naive. A touch from Ekni. He jumps towards it. He jumps straight into the path of Booney, who just has to place his card correctly, and he's not only won the challenge, but it's a free shot on target. Speaking of, maybe a quick reply, and it is well taken, Chaotic.
you always know Chaotic's got that speed. Saw this on kickoff and was running. But that's the icing on the cake right there. The precision to top right is perfect.
First mistake has been written off. Chaotic bails Ekni out. But they can't be affording too many more of those. Quick demo off the rip. And here's Booney, eager for a second. That's a second demo, but it's Chaotic on Kaizen, so relieves the pressure ever so briefly. Chaotic up again at this backboard, challenged by Misty. Booney comes from way back. No second touch, leaves it for Kaizen perhaps. Here's Misty, well met by Samont. Far side for Kaizen, going to follow this, looking for the infield pass. Ekni, much stronger challenge. Again, backboard, sustained pressure, looking for that final application. Not going to find it on this drive. Or maybe? No.
But it's keeping pressure. You can see it from Misty. The confidence to have no boost, but to keep this pressure alive is the game plan. They can see their opponent struggling to get out. This is a nice aerial dribble, but Chaotic kind of thrown it. This means that Ekni needs to play defensive and hasn't. It's just thrown it into his opponent's half once again. They can't claim the midfield boost because it's already been taken. You know, you've got to wait for that to respawn in. Ekni's just picked it up now. And they're trying to rush the counter-attack when, no, you've got to go at your own pace because they are a slower squad.
It's going to fall out to the midfield. And Booney will throw it downfield. It was on target. Had to be saved. Kaizen. Sorry, not Kaizen. Different player. The slip-up is going to happen eventually. Maybe one day. We'll see the import game heighten in its controversy. But anyway, no controversy here. 1-1. Even game. Halftime come and gone. I think Libbyte is still looking the stronger side overall, Baker, but the opportunities are at least flowing for Japan Corp.
Let's see. Chaotic launching it. You've got to take that pop shot there. That is absolutely fine. It's pressure in the defense because they had to use a lot of boost. The call off by Misty, though. That is the difference maker. It is that confidence in each other as well for Lip Fighters. If Misty says, I've got it, they will leave it.
Trust that they're going to do something with it. I will say they've been somewhat quiet, but I think they're only quiet in the sense of they're doing all the dirty work. They're doing a lot of the cleanup crew quests, and by value of that, they're not necessarily getting what?
Sorry, cleanup crew quests like, dear adventurer, I need you to dislodge this ball to the corner.
I mean, listen, I realize this tournament is, of course, sponsored by the wonderful Psionic, so thank you very much for the prize ball and whatnot. But I mean, there's games where you clean up stuff. Yeah. And there are quests in that. I don't think I'm too far off the mark.
I'd take Rocket League RPG at some point, yeah.
Oh, sure. I'll have to tell you a joke another time. Not so much the audience. There's no joke there, though. Oh, using his own woodwork. Samont with a huge save. The showstopper so far. And perhaps we're going to have to stop at overtime at 1-1 because as much as Lip Biters are trying here, they're not finding any luck. Oh my goodness, even then, another big save.
I don't want to be mean. Lip Biters will eventually find a goal of this. You can get that aura check. The vibe is there. Because how long can you see Japan defend like this? You've got the demos now coming out to try and dislodge the players. Lip Biters have got great control over their boost, and it just feels like it's coming.
That's a huge save, isn't it? My word. Samont and Chaotic have been handling the show. Ekni is running around trying to find boost, trying to offer an outlet for counterattack. And maybe here, oh, it's a scuffed shot, if anything. A nothing ball. Chasing now, Samont.
Oh, this is the
This
chance.
is good. This is open. This is Chaotic. They've only gone and stolen it, perhaps.
Loose touches in the mid. A great block out. And to finish it off, the call nice and early. Chaotic charges ahead. No longer playing defensive. They get the all-important chance that they've been looking for ages.
Gotta save the last 7 seconds, though. There's still plenty of time for something to change. Kaizen! Oh, big save from Ekni. Picks up the Savior medal deservedly. I'm looking forward to these stats, Bacon. Not exactly a defensive masterclass, but Samont with the 7 from heaven. He is carrying the team on his back this game.
But at the same time, that very last save came from Ekni. It's that confidence in each other. Samont now clearly has a kind of position that they want to play, and that is absolutely fine. Or maybe they don't want to play defense. I don't think many players want to, but it's where they're best served. Chaotic is kind of trying to be that midfield link up. You've got Ekni as well, who's going very deep, nice and aggressive, but then falls back. So those two are rotating nicely with one another, and Samont is there purely to pick up the pieces where is most needed. And it's giving them stability, which Lip Biters are struggling against. Sure, like I said, the vibe check was there. You could see that if he was able to keep up, Lip Biters would have eventually got a goal, but then there was just a couple of loose touches which ruined their flow.
I think the last player who ever wanted to play defense was Gibbs, probably. That's how long ago we're talking about in terms of those specific types. I mean, I understand that there's other anchor players. I mean, you can talk about like Play X and your Torment, the names of history gone by, but we're only interested in the present. And when you're looking at 4 shots against 12, you generally bet on the team with 12 shots to actually get the win. They didn't on this occasion. It's a huge shot in the arm for Japan Corp. And as we head to Utopia Coliseum, they'll be looking for a booster.
Okay, can they bring themselves truly back into this? That's the big question right now. Nice little pop by Samont, but Ekni's a little too late to that party, and so with only one player back, well, Chaotic's done millions with that. They should have been so off guard, and where was the midfielder? Where was the lad to finish it off?
I'd argue, where's the midfield for the Lip Biters right now, Bacon? It's gone over the top of the midfield here. This ball from Misty, but now they've reached it. The defense is dealing with it calmly, comfortably, and okay, they've only scored the 2 goals in that game to ultimately get their first point on the board, but they realize, Bacon, that they don't need a lot of shots. They just got to make the ones that they do get count.
Powerful shots put towards net again, trying to force issues for the defense as Chaotic wanted to go for the ground bounce. Does get another touch. Anyone there to finish off? No, Kaizen, great. Nice and early to that one to stop it.
I actually quite enjoy this more conservative Lip Biters style. They understand that their quantity has not led to quality last time out. Something has to change. And they're taking a little bit more time in the midfield. They're changing things up. And what was my one complaint in game number 1 is that they kept on going for the same play over and over again. Find that bump on the keeper and then get a shot. The variety, I believe, will indeed lead to a bit of spice of life in this series. As if on cue.
Perfectly on cue, I will say. Kaizen has been slamming them in the back of the net today. But you notice again, requires all these team plays. Phenomenal pass up by Misty, and it's more that graceful aspect that we absolutely adore seeing emerge from the APAC region.
And it's beautiful too because it's narrow, it's through the middle, it's utilizing the player's undoubted mechanical ability to the greatest extent. It's a wonderful round the corner from Misty, and they don't know how to handle it. They certainly don't know how to handle this. As quickly as it went 1-0, now it's 2.
Okay, the quick 1-2 punch. And this is when we will truly see the power of Japan. Whether they can pull themselves. At the very start of the day, you know, that's just a game 1, right? That you kind of expect that madness in game 1. But here in game, number 4 now? Yeah?
Oh dear.
Oh.
3 is the number that's at the front of my mind, Bacon. 3. Also, is the sound that I imagine was being made. I mean, look, Booney does everything right in that he goes for the challenge at an angle. He understands that with the player coming head on, all he has to do is move off to the right-hand side, and that's it's gonna head. It's like, you know, it's physics, angles and whatnot. So at the very least, it's going to be heading towards the net. At best, it heads on target. It does so. It's straight off a kickoff. They can't react. 3-0.
So you always catch me off saying Booney. Just Bunny, please. Bunny Dummy.
Is it Bunny?
It is Bunny Dummy.
There's not a second N.
Look, Bunny Dummy just, you know, he forgot to put it in. That's just typical Rocket League player stuff, okay?
Okay.
Kaizen, though, that's not typical Rocket League player stuff. That was a beautiful little set. Defense gets to it in time, but just that was clinical.
Or Rocket Golf with the T there. Waiting for an opponent to drive through.
Oh, I'll give it a small little golf clap.
Oh, yeah.
At the very least, yes.
One of my favorite clips of all time, complete tangent, I realize, as the midfield is very much, again, flowing into each other. It's good to see Japan Corp not getting too negative here. That's the last thing they should do. My goodness, almost a great read. They're almost going to score. They are going to score. Hold up on the mashed potatoes reference, Reliq, because Chaotic has given them a goal.
Worked well as well. Smot. Misty didn't realize that they were just going to leave it, kind of threw them off. Bunny at the end was just like, oh, I need to jump for this. But the realization came a little too late. The plan was already in place. Good play from Japan.
Okay. We have something. We said it in game 1, though, and they weren't able to find the 2 that they required. One is fine. You know that they could score 2 goals. That third remains elusive. And it will remain elusive for a time to come as Ekni is taken out of the midfield scrap. Here's Kaizen. Gives it up quite freely, actually, but there's Bunny. Oh, it's 1v1. You don't ever want to face Bunny in a 1v1. And Simone matches up well. How about Kaizen? Got very little boost, and that's going to allow the orange team to clear.
Oh, Kaizen get caught up in net now. If they can build up this attack quicker, they might have had the opportunity. Instead, Kaizen just picked up 100, turned around, causing chaos in defense, and, well, that was a rocket.
Bit of a German import here, a howitzer from Misty. The connection is so clean. 77 kph, hits that far post succinctly. Gorgeous shot, and should, emphasis on should, put this game to bed unless Japan Corp can find a miracle.
Shoulds don't always work out. We know that.
That's why it is the proviso.
That's it. There is still time, technically. This won't be it for the series as well. Oh. Okay, yeah, confidence is well and truly back. Love it.
And good timing as well. After losing their first game of the entire tournament, might I add, this is the first game that they've dropped Lip Biters. But they would be on match point scenario. They know that they would only be 5 minutes away from, at the very least, $500. And if this is the winner's final, if they were to meet Japan Corp again in the grands, we are theory crafting at this point, but they gotta be feeling good about those odds.
Only a little bit of theory craft, and you know, we haven't got the whole lore behind everything just yet. That's still being written, but jeez, I love this from Litfire so much because you're seeing many different styles from them. It shows that live in action, they do have a plan A, B, C. They play defensive, they played uber aggressive, and that's what you need to see from the APAC region now when they're mixing it up, is the versatility.
And this is truthfully why I was so disappointed in the Game 1 performance, even though they did win at the end of it. Like, I was thinking, but you're just doing the same thing. You're recycling the phone book and expecting to come up with a different number. Well, the number is pretty damning if you are a Japan Corp fan. 5-1, the biggest deficit that we have seen thus far. It's only the second game where they have failed to score at least 2 goals. And Lit Biters, they do indeed find themselves just 1 game away from a grand final ticket.
And you do kind of expect them to take the next game. Let's be real, Twitch chat. They've got that vibe about them. They dropped the 1 game, and they are our dominant team of the day because they've got that sort of history behind them. Japan Corp, we're always thinking we're going to be contesters for that 3rd event. But Japan Corp, if they get that talking now, and you can see they are readying up, I want them to take the full 60 seconds, utilize this break, figure out what's going wrong, because it's not all entirely wrong, right? They're about 90% of the way there. It's just that final 10%, which makes it feel like they're oceans apart.
It's one of the rare cases in Rocket League where I can say that it just feels like Lip Biters are better.
Yep.
It's not that Japan Corp are doing anything wrong. It's just they're lacking that final je ne sais quoi to overcome a roster which has clearly looked at each other and thought, yeah, we're going to work well together. And they are. These players have known each other for yonks. It looks like it. Yep. And at Deadeye Canyon, perhaps they will be the final applier of the shot that will send their opponents down to the lower bracket.
Well, let's see. It's bloomed at the Oasis of Deadeye Canyon. Can Japan Corp bloom into action here? They've already shown a little bud. That chance. That 1 game. And now they've got to flower beautifully. Let's get it underway.
A must-win game. Every game is a must-win game from this point on. If Japan Corp wish to see themselves in the grand final without taking a trip through the trap door, a good start is imperative. A good start is not what they're going to get.
Bunny is destructive here. The block out, Kaizen accidentally getting the bump. So yeah, Samotso is just there going, wait, what's going on here? Absolutely caught lackadaisical, and Bunny hops his way to victory.
Get the docket out, bring out the case files. It's a worst case scenario for Japan Corp. Trying to get that near shot. They're not going to be able to find it. A fantastic touch gives a bit of a reprieve to Lip Biters, who are straight down the other end. Back into the midfield. Bit of free real estate. It's 3v1. It's a great save from Misty. Back into the center. How on earth do you not score for 3v1, Bacon?
Because they were looking to hold the midfield line for there, but the angles, the direction from Lit Biters, where they're calling for each other, they know where they want to put the ball to their teammates. They're all linked up perfectly, and it's just causing this structure which can dissolve any pressure instantly.
Chaotic. That's nice, but not nice enough, especially when there were 2 ready to defend it away. Here's the other side of the pitch. Chaotic goes up, finds that read, keeps the ball locked in blue territory momentarily. It goes through the corner again to Kaizen, evades the on-rushing attacker, and this transition beautiful. Misty with the pinch into midfield.
Oh, the idea for the shot was good as well. If it was just on target, Ekni wouldn't have been able to reach it. Again, notice how they're looking for each other. Kaizen right now, it's got in his head, I need to dribble this up the wall and then pass it out. Of course, good defense coming in. But notice, that's just a slowdown. Popping up in the air, trying to make things awkward. Nice little touch, but Bunny's used the post perfectly.
Chaotic was sitting there at anchor, exactly anticipating that scenario. 1v1, Bunny goes backboard. Misty slows it down. Ekni gonna chase after this and fails to get the follow-up, but Samot was almost predicting it. And Ekni's done well actually to fall onto the ball. Samot with the pressure forces the team to go to the left side of the field. But this is the counter-attacking threat. This is what we know can happen if Japan Corp push up too far. Will they get that goal to show? Yes, they will. Clear the fog. It's only Misty.
Look at this at the last second, though. The bump came out. Issue. Most importantly, though, it was a team bump. Chaotic going into Ekni. The whole squad just crumbles.
I find it so impressive that they were able to get that goal in the eye of a storm of 3 players. A solo standard special that ultimately did not provide the results that anybody was hoping for. Is there a third to come? It's another OG.
This one is a lot more forgivable, though, because this just is so awkward. Ekni jumping off as you would, you know, in that situation, because you need to get to ground to cover for the follow-up hit, but just gets in the way. Ekni didn't know that was happening, and yeah, this is when they just kick themselves for it, and it feels bad, man.
Time to whack therapy by Conroe on, because it's Desperation City out there for Japan Corporation. 2 minutes. That's enough time to find 3 goals in a Rocket League game. I'm not entirely sure if it's enough time to find 3 goals in this Rocket League game. Lip Biters continue their assault with fervor and vigor, and any shot that has headed their way has been well saved.
Still time to get a goal and, of course, get that confidence booster.
Oh.
Chaotic might be able to find it. It's high off the mark, but the crossbar beckons it down. That's got to be the confidence to get back into this one.
The kiss, the pause, and the kiss. The little flick up, and then the final shot itself. Gorgeous, gorgeous, fabulous, fantastic, magnificent. 2 more to find, Bacon.
Making it sound like Chaotic was a runway model or something there. Just establishing the look of the goal. Immaculate.
They're on the catwalk, but can they prowl their way to a second and third? The answer's still to be delivered. Certainly not by giving it away that cheaply, especially not when it's 2v1, especially not when it's Bunny with the shot opportunity. Is that the dagger?
Yes, the ball was handed to Bunny, but that goal, use a little wave dash to pop it up is, again, any chance APAC gets to show off their skills, their mech, they will do it.
Heels snapped, wardrobe malfunction. Japan Corporation heading into bankruptcy if they can't find 3 in 60. Not looking good, folks, going to be honest, especially if they can find a 5th. Chaotic with the saves.
Sorry, I know you said you don't think we'll see 3 more goals in this game. Well, we've got 2 out of the 3 technically, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
there's your 3rd!
Maybe, just maybe. Where there's a will, there is a way, and Chaotic has been at it. It's a double commit as well. Had to hit that one right. Good thing he did, Bacon.
46 seconds, still within the realm of possibility. There is life to this. There is lights at the end of the tunnel. They've just got to reach out and grab it. The issue is you got Kaizen wanted to pull that off.
And it's gone. They are not letting this 3-goal lead go, are they? Fantastic backboard hit. The trajectory pristine to find the read, and ultimately the drop shot into the net. I've said it once, I'll say it again, Bacon. Lip Biters just a step above today.
I thought they were about to get it again.
I thought they were about to get it as well.
Right, Lip Biters, there's not a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just Lip Biters being jerks with a torch further on down. That's all that is. They're giving them hope, and then they keep snatching it away.
tunnel, unfortunately, I fear has caved in for Japan Corp. They're going to have to dig themselves out of the lower bracket if they hope to find themselves in the money in the grand final. I'm not entirely sure that they'd be looking forward to a date with the Lip Biters once again. They get a freebie off Misty at least. Wait, hold on. No, I'm reading that completely wrong. It's a 6th. I was completely spacing out. I was in my flow. Why are you breaking it up, Misty? Never mind. It ends a series. We can call it here.
Yes, we can, because by my calculations, 4 goals, 3 seconds, it's just not possible, quite frankly. And with that, of course, they follow Rule 2 of Rocket League.
Rule 2?
You know, I'm trying to keep it hip with the kids, right? Rule 2's keep it up.
2?
Look, the new one's I'm trying to keep it. It's really rule 1. Everyone knows, you know, it's keep it up at this seconds, but they're trying to mix it around.
Now?
Yeah, it's always whatever.
I am shooketh by this information. I'm not so shooketh by the fact that Lip Biters won. I'd like to say absolutely nailed it with the predictions on record. 4-1. Japan Corp did get a game, and they did look close at times, especially in that game 1 where they were almost able to take back a 3-goal deficit. But what has already been said, we're only going to reiterate the same things, Bacon. Lip Biters were they just had that extra quality today, and Japan Corp didn't have enough ideas in their tank to be able to dismantle what was ultimately a very solid defense.
I can't help it. Looking at the chat, everyone just left so quickly, and Bunny just at the end puts no GGs.
Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Someone give this guy a fist bump, please.
Dude, I love Bunny so much, but I think he probably knows it, because that was a performance and a half. Lip Biters move into the grand finals, where they will have to wait for, I would love to say a hot minute, but it's probably going to be a hot hour, maybe even 2, because the lower bracket's still going on. Currently, right now, James, we have got Reunion going up against in the lower semi-finals. Winner of that will be playing against Japan Corp.
Stick with us, folks. We will be back as soon as we can. The lower bracket final on the way. Do get up, stretch a little bit, make sure that you hydrate, but be back here in good time when the APAC bi-weekly rumble continues.
When they say I'm gonna to sunrise. 'Cause I'm not gonna stay for a second last chance. But none of this seems right. What am I holding on to? even when they hurt. You wanna feel, wanna fall in love, wanna give it all up, but you don't want to lose your control. Are we playing this game? Oh, are we playing this game? Are you too afraid, or are you giving in? Let the games never get it anyway. Conquering the impossible, all with a smile on our face. We work hard, we play harder, we push it to the limit, going farther and farther. We work hard, we play harder, we push it to the limit, going farther and farther. Grind all day, we dance all night. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. Grind all day, we dance all night. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. Body freaks, body freaks. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. We work hard, we play harder, we push it to the limit, going farther and farther. We work hard, we play harder, we push it to the limit, going farther and farther. Grind all day, we dance all night. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. Grind all day, we dance all night. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. They'll know how we do it. They'll never get it anyway. Conquering the impossible, all with a smile on our face. Grind all day, we dance all night. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. Grind all day, we dance all night. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. With body freaks, body freaks. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. Grind all day, we dance all night. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks. Grind all day, we dance all night. With body freaks and nature, with body freaks, body freaks.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the APAC Biweekly Rumble, where we've just seen Lip Biters sending Japan Corp down to the lower bracket, and we are going to follow them there. I'm Reliq. This is going to be my last series for the day, and on my trip through the various breakfast foods, I had a bit of bacon. Now it's time to have a bit of jam in the form of a jar. My friend, how are you doing?
Doing great, Reliq. Great to be here back for the regional rumble. Last time APAC South did not disappoint, and this time I'm expecting the same. Honestly, immediately from the first series we've seen on stream, the moment Lip Biters just started scoring a goal after goal, I thought, well, here it goes. And that series still got much closer than I thought it could, based on just how strongly they've started. But in the end, Lip Biters just too big of a hurdle for HC Japan Corp.
Will Reunion form as big a hurdle, though? For those who are unaware of the roster, it's basically the roster plus blue. So slight change to the formula, but a team that has similarly been together for a little while now. They actually lost 3-0 to Lip Biters, so a similar sort of scoreline, or series scoreline, I should say, to what Japan Corp suffered. But their trip through the lower bracket jam has been pretty successful, hasn't it? They've only dropped one game. It was 2 triple Jawa, and the fact that they've come off a 3-0 of them has put them in good stead momentum-wise.
Well, now both of the teams that are in the lower finals have lost to Lip Biters. Both of them are really gearing up for some fisticuffs with them once again in the grand final, since this is a double elimination. There's also going to be a bracket reset situation, so if any of the lower bracket teams wins their first series versus Lip Biters, we're going to play in yet another best of 7. Reunion done, Reliq. I've already voiced my concerns in the green room, and that is, despite the name, that team has not a single player from the country of Union. Then again, we are not exactly in their region right now, so maybe that explains things.
At least Japan Corp is half French, half Japanese. Makes sense with their half French, half Asian roster. We already touched upon it previously.
In South APAC instead of North APAC. Right? We are in Europe. APAC, explain.
It's just APAC things. It's just APAC things. And hopefully we'll be seeing some just APAC Rocket League very shortly. They've just completed their test lobby. Looks like everything is good to go. So here's the thing. Reunion is seeded as second going into this tournament, but Japan Corp has got the previous experience with the Rumble 2 weeks ago. They placed fourth. Who have you got for this one, Jam?
Goodness gracious. We actually were not seeing a lot of the teams that have finished quite high previously. With the way, I would love to see a good lower bracket run. Give me a Reunion.
Oh, Japan Corp stopped twice from entering the grand final. That would be tragic, but also Rocket League is not a game for the faint of hearted. You have to take the wins with the big old L's, and maybe Japan Corp will have another L coming their way. That's of course according to Jam. What do you think? Let us know in chat, and I will always remind anybody who is new here to the Rocket Baguette, or the Rocket RB as we are known here over on the English branch. Please feel free to follow. Subscribe if you're feeling fanciful. Loads of Rocket League to come over the off-season, including stuff like the Rendezvous, our EU tournament, sponsored by Psyonix. This is as well, of course. It's APAC, it's the Biweekly Rumble, it's the lower final. Loser goes home.
And immediately after kickoff, I felt like Reunion is going to score something about APAC and fast goals. You could see they're outnumbered in front of their own net, and it's no wonder Reunion score first within 11 seconds. They do not take any breaks.
Your eyes do not deceive you, Jam. They do indeed score immediately, and they have caught Japan Corp napping, which is a very similar situation to what the Lip Biters found in the upper bracket final. It was a very quick 1-2 goals to open up game number one. Japan Corp potentially slow starters in the making. Well, at least there's no second goal on this occasion. They clear it long.
Well, they have a long best of 7 to go through. 4 wins gets them through to the grand finalists by this point. It's our second series of the Dane Heroes, swing out for the double tap. Woo! Nothing that Axel can do. See you later, and goals keep on accruing in this series.
Irio the hero. It's a fantastic hit off the backboard. So clean, the connection, the pace on the ball, 113 kph. I realize it's cliche, Jam. I don't think he could have hit it better had he tried.
He's going to try again, I'm pretty sure. We're going to see him all over, and EC Japan Corp just immediately put back into her own half. Pressure that Reunion is showing is just so far too much for French-Japanese org to deal with. They're looking for any sort of clear, honestly, any sort of touch, but they always seem to come just a little bit late. This is straight on target, but Blue had a perfect opportunity just to tap it back in.
Massive lift away, Squiggly, second touch. Oh my word! That was almost on target in of itself. Blue puts it home. 3 in a minute, Jam. Japan Corp suffocating out there.
I'm feeling pretty good about my Reunion pick for this one, Reliq. But HC Japan Corp, just for everyone's sake, you need to wake up. You need to get out of your own side. This could be not even this goes into the net. HC Japan Corp with an attempt at a good kickoff clear. Not to be this time, and there goes their so far only chance, and there goes a goal immediately in their own net. No, honestly, GG, go next. By this point, HC Japan Corp need to show something else in the game.
Let me set the scene. It's a cold, frosty morning, a little bit too cold for your car that was purchased recently but born in the 80s. You turn the key in the hole and you get a That is basically Japan Corp right now. The engine has not started. The car remains dead in the metaphorical water or on the driveway or wherever you parked it. I'm not going to judge you. I am going to judge Japan Corp if they concede a fifth. They almost do, but for the efforts of Samot at that far post, bats it away. My goodness, they were looking so good in parts against the Lip Biters. This is a shock to me.
I think it's a shock to everybody, and we are seeing that Reunion want this victory much more, and they're showing forward. EC Japan Corp, we properly haven't seen them in the offense. Perhaps that's where they're the strongest, but in a situation where they cannot even get a look on the opposition side, as yet another shot rattles against their net, EC Japan Corp's strategy is hurting.
Give them credit where credit is due. At least they're making saves now. I was almost going to have to eat that thought in front of a live audience. Reach half time, still 4-0, all 4 goals scored within the first minute and a half. So at least for now, the tides have been stemmed. That said, Jam, Reunion, they don't need unionizing. They already form a stable coefficient group. They already look like they're willing and ready to fight for each other, and even this, their first defensive period of the game, looks impeccable.
Now look at that shot on target. Blue's gonna be bottom corner with a little bit of boost that he still had, and now that EC Japan Corp finally felt it, this should have been the shot on target. How about this? Okay. Axel puts it in. For AC Japan Corp, it took 3 minutes to even start getting out of their own half, and finally they overload the opposition. Problem is, up until this point, there was only one team in this game, Reliq.
Pastor Jam, I've got a confession to make. I was trying to deliberately cast a curse. Reunion. I say that they have impeccable defense,
I see.
And then it is torn asunder. Japan Corp needed something. They've got something. They got a go-home prize. They've got the 1 goal. And hey, maybe they can pick up a second, maybe even a third. It really does appear that this team does not start games/series well, because look, they've not conceded in 2-3 minutes now. They're the only ones to score in that period of time. Up and up, I guess.
Well, the problem is you only have 5 minutes in each match. Overtime's not counted. And you don't really have any luxury to be starting this slow. Shot. Oh, no! Wow. I am mistaking this time. Rattles off the woodwork and out. By this point is just a little bit of a sweet pill in what is a barrel full of tar. Scoreline, as you see, it's clear as day. Still 4-1 in favor of Reunion.
The waters have been poisoned, most certainly, but the purification process has at least begun. My
that's a goal.
word, Smoke just bodied the entire team to score the second.
Look at that. It's just the simplest of the approaches. Pushes through one. Quigley was expecting this on the backboard by the looks of it, and just continues on ping-ponging, bumpering it off everybody. There you have it. EC Japan Corp on board. The thing is, you don't put off all goals at the end of the game. I love seeing them in the offense finally, and in the chat we've seen that this might be Chaotic's show. Well, Chaotic so far still needs to get on board for the side of EC Japan Corp.
35 seconds. And a bit of confabulation in the
I beg your pardon?
midfield. Confabulation.
It's like get up my dictionary.
I said what I saw, Jack. I said what I saw, and I feel like I'm accurate. I feel like I am valid, and I feel like we should be singing the praises of this orange team for at the very least getting back into it. I think all too often we do literally see that, you called it yourself, that GG's go next mentality when it's very clear that you're not winning a game of Rocket League, but they stuck at it. They worked their way into the game. The scoreline a lot less egregious than what perhaps we were expecting after the first minute of gameplay. But they've scored 2 goals unanswered. Let's see what they can do in game 2 itself.
So far, this looks like this is the problem for AC Japan Corp. The scoreline is not as bad as the beginning of the game, and this is a horrible sort of mark to gauge the team on, but AC Japan Corp sort of leaves us no other way. I'm glad that they came back. I'm glad that this wasn't just a complete blowout. Unfortunately, 2 of the last games in their previous series versus Libiters for AC Japan Corp has ended exactly that, an absolute and a total blowout. Let me quickly bring up the numbers. 5-1, 6-2. You sort of get the story there. I think by the end of that series, it was just like a show, just a little bit of a show match instead of nobody even gave any chances to EG Japan Corp. It was all lid biters.
Even the one game that they did win was a very, very tight 1-goal affair. They were, some might argue, a bit lucky to get away with it. It was 12 shots to 4, if my memory serves me correctly. So they really, really did make the most of the slender opportunities that they did get. On to Forbidden Temple then. And I feel like Japan Corp, they've had the shock result. They came off a really a beating. I don't think you could call it any other way from lip biters. So they've sort of taken that moment to readjust. I hope for their sakes that game 2 goes how the second half of game 1 went.
I just hope that the first half of this game goes opposite way, but no, Reunion still there, still with tricks. Look at Hireo gets his flip at the last moment, strictly before landing, and then there is supporting cast of characters around for Reunion to rely on. Even if the first shot doesn't come in, they have second, third, and those shots just keep on coming in. While EG Japan Corp, there are 3 players on the field. Sometimes I do guess where they are.
Jam, I think I've been scammed by the guy at the ticket office. I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie before.
Which one is it?
Japan Corp get beaten 4-1 in a best of 7.
You know, they love sequels, or they love to reboot the things.
That's true.
Then they add like a dog that can play basketball, or you know, these things. Well, for now, there is time for them to work it out.
I will say, if it is deja vu, then Japan Corp have reason to be excited, because this is the game that they won in that series against Lip Fighters. So we will see whether the script has remained the same or whether there's been some changes in draft. At least for the moment, Japan Corp, despite that stuttering start yet again, they've looked the better team since. They've had more shots on target. They've been working the defense, forcing double commits even out of their opponents. Reunion will be happy to try and find the second goal just to settle the nerves.
I'm glad for EG Japan Corp, because a team that would not be able to even get a look at the opposition's net, you would be in absolute trouble. But they got themselves something. And so that's confidence, that's understanding that, yes, their passing plays can wiggle their way through the defensive positions of Reunion. So keep on working on that. Keep on working on that. Chaotic now out of the field. Another attack by Reunion. But this time, not precise enough. It just goes a little bit too far. How about clear? How about just a bit of more quicker rotation, I suppose, right now is needed from EG Japan Corp. They seem to be perhaps one step behind Reunion on some of these.
Very much playing reactive, could not agree with you more. Speaking of Samote, but he loses out the challenge. Oh, that is silky smooth. Singing a song and dance about it, but it's not the Wiggles, it's the Squiggles.
I do wonder how many folks over here are gonna recognize the Wiggles, but my goodness, the aerial play from Reunion, they are the kings right now. They are the birds in this matchup, and they are hunting whatever it is on the ground. EG Japan Corp just bunnies. Very, very helpless bunnies as yet another stop. Something about touches that Reunion are making sometimes befuddles Japan Corp so much that it's just, whoop, I don't know what happened, but we'll just stop.
There's a bunny on the lip biters, Jam. They are anything but helpless, I can tell you that from first-hand experience. Half-time then. And as much as Japan Corp has looked better in terms of the performance, they have not looked better in regards to keeping goals out of their own net. Potentially a third on the way, denied by Ekni. It's another big clearance. They're throwing away possession cheaply. Perhaps they should slow things down and maybe take more control of the game. Or just do that! Hit one!
How about it? We wanted to Kirk to start working his magic, and there you go. Finally, a pass comes in that is strong enough for somebody on the side of EG Japan Corp to come in and collect. And as Reunion were positioned for a more close quarters battle, that touch by Chaotic is exactly what the doctor has ordered. Samut close to just bouncing it. He needs a bit of a help here and there. All 3 EG Japan Corp players try to jump on the ball. That attack swatted away by Reunion, but with some trouble.
Squiggly with a huge demo in and amongst all that. It's surely not going to happen again. Surely not. 2-2.
We're in it. We are in a series, and I love it. Finally, the passes. Finally, the ball gets out of the other side of the field, Reliq. Finally, HC Japan Corp can actually show what their offensive game plan is. And what it is looks like pure excitement and entertainment.
No way. No freaking way. 1 minute 40. And very much like the lip biters, Union are wondering just how on earth they've been able to concede 2. They might have scored a 3rd though. Timely.
I want to quickly check the rotation. So let's see. 3rd, Summit. Even without a dodge that he had to do getting out of the way of Reunion player. Yep. It seemed like Reunion, nobody has like a big gaps in rotations necessarily, just that Reunion's rotation, almost like a rhythm, just gets in the way. Chaotic 1v1. Not this time. He is, as far as I know, pretty good in his 1v1 skills, but not every single approach is gonna work out. In any case, Reliq, we seem to be once again in a situation where Reunion is in the lead.
How long will they keep it though? I'm not as convinced by this lead as both game 1 and indeed at any point with the lip biters. Unlucky not to find a 3rd themselves, in fact. Japan Corp, they need it, otherwise they're now 2-0 down in the series. A 1v1 on the horizon here. Rio completely schools the final defender, waits for the support, doesn't even need to push the issue, and I like that jam. Calm in front of net, they know that they've got the lead.
Got out to HC Japan Corp players just to bite on it. This and that hit the target. Chaotic, does he have support? Becomes one of the players as he's flying away from his rotation. Summit, Chaotic, the bounce is just not working out for him that well. Summit take it away from Chaotic. By that point, it's... yes, nobody really got a good touch on it. Now get back into the defense, boys. Get back into the defense. HC Japan Corp weakest side for now. And that is right in front of their own net.
In a good clear. Chaotic has support. They wait now for the back pass, but it's not arriving. They totally leave it to Blue. It's a counter-attack for the Blue team now, of which Blue is a part, a strong part. They had adversity in this one, Jam. They might still have one last throw of the dice. Samote, but well marshaled by Hero. Stomps on that, forces it to the green stuff. 2-0 in the series for Union.
Closer, but still no cigar for HC Japan Corp. Chances are coming in through. This time they've outshot their opposition, which even on the field was, in the game number 2, felt more definitely the game number 1. Still, it's when Reunion takes to the ball. It's the aerial challenges. HC Japan Corp right now have nothing to counteract those with. And when it comes to rotations, again, there's just something about the natural rhythm of these rotations that Reunion's ball possession always gets in the way, or sort of in the middle of when HC Japan Corp is rotating, which nets them goal after goal after goal.
It's something that myself and Bacon picked up on in their series against the Lip Biters, where for some reason or another, Japan Corp are very hesitant to commit players to misdirect plays, fakes. They very much play in the faces of opponents. There's no deception. There's not much in the way of bumps or demos. It's like they're waiting for the mistake to happen rather than trying to force the mistakes themselves. And it's nice to see that change actually in game 2. They actually looked like they had a chance of winning that game when they switched it up, when they adapted to a much more aggressive style, rather than just sitting back and hoping for the best. You got to take these series by the scruff of the neck, especially now that you're 2-0 down. Ideally, here would be a great chance to pick up your first point in the series, Jam, but I need to see that little bit extra from Japan Corp. It's not just about scoring the goals. You've got to stay responsible on defense.
Good news, Reliq. The game has started. 10 seconds have passed, and HC Japan Corp is in the opponent's half, keeping control of the midfield as well. I do hope they grab as much corner boost as possible to just continue that control. And this could be theirs for a second. This is as strong as a start as we've seen in this series, 100%. You might even say throughout their whole day that they've been on streak.
It's Hirio. Loses out. Ekni, Samote, that was a bit of a stretch even for them, but Hireo taking out Chaotic. It's a good thing they did, actually. That miss off the backboard could have been punished with 3 players ready to latch onto it. But even still, look at this.
Oh, this could be a goal.
Oh my goodness, it is going to be a goal. A second miss off the backboard, a freebie, a lead.
Chaotic sets it up, but Blue's touch just puts it away from a side of Squiggly. And we are seeing opening goal for Ichi Japan Corp.
That is their first lead as well, legitimately. Issue being the only lead that we've seen them have in any of these finals. They actually lost it by the end. Still a long way to go for Reunion. Oh, that was a good bump attempt. Well evaded by Samote. Back into the center, shot, snuffed. And the throw downfield. Oh, great challenge from Ekni at that as well. Looking for the Kumba stomp, but the ball falls unkindly. Another shot opportunity, perhaps off this backboard. Samote misreads completely, and Ekni's forced to back up. Blue moving forward. Surely they're going to be able to do this. Oh, wonderfully worked by Chaotic. Saw that bump from a mile off.
And you mentioned physical plays. It is the side of Reunion who loves to just be there and start removing the defenders left and right. Squiggly not going to react to this. There is time for Sama to jump on it, but once again a little bit of open, and you could see that even from a distance Reunion can get some dangerous shots past one. Squiggly not exactly playing against the player, just past it, and some of these touches are still beating Easy Japan Court.
Quickly, round one. Flick over the second, not going to deceive the third. It's Ekni again. A bit of a dance and do with Hirio. Looks to hit the backboard, gets the demo on the way through to Samote, so that's already one less attacker to deal with. And as long as it remains like this, Jam, they're going to be happy, the orange team, because we're not seeing too much from Reunion. In fact, we're almost seeing a second goal go against them. We are going to see a second goal go against them.
Only for a moment. I thought Reunion still have something in it. Watch Blue as he's going to get into the net, try to get one going. Actually, apologies, that was Squiggly had a chance to save the last one, but just too many Easy Japan Corp players get on top of that net, and a 2-0 lead. I hope it is enough. If things continue going their way, yes. But so far we've seen how quickly things can change. Straight into the waiting player of Easy Japan Corp. They react well. Hireo, though, there's going to be a third coming in. No touch. Blue on the ground. Chaotic is going to be challenging them. And Blue gets pushed to the corner. Squiggly, he's on the backboard. Hireo's already in there. They're just going to collect their Reliq. Again, not enough ball out. It's all of a ball in. And that's where they falter.
Ekni has had some incredible moments on defense across the two series and a bit that we've seen them in. They've also had some moments where you're sort of tilting your head, wondering why they didn't take an action. And it was the inaction there, or the lateness to... Oh, whoa!
Oh, dear.
Chaotic!
That should have been it. That should have been it. The setup, the everything. You could see it from a mile away. He has space, he has time, and just did not have the angle. He's going to try again, though. Look at him go. Does he have the boost? Sure hope he does, but this time denied by Squiggly. So where's the rotations coming in next? Somewhat in the corner, but just does not have the control for this one.
Ekni's still happier in offense. Around the corner by Squiggly. Samote, no challenge. On the backboard, Chaotic misses out, and Samote read that issue, read the danger well. Doesn't read that well, though. Neither does Hirio, much to his relief. Blue. Oh, double commit, unconvincing. The moat sideways. Here, head goes into center circle. Back to Blue. Looking for Hirio. A little too much reach there. And that's out into no man's land. Time ticking for Reunion to find the equalizer.
For the first time in this series. And let's see how they play from a position playing in behind. Passing plays, too high. Squiggly was going to drop it for Blue, or Blue was supposed to be going up, but in that situation, still somehow they managed to make it work. Even when it feels like their hand contains a high pair. Bring some poker into this one. They still managed to make it working. Squiggly's easy touch. Somehow in a way, Samet, and pushing it out of the net. At least somebody.
Squiggly sees all of those orange wasps swarming around. And at least sets up the team here for another chance. Hireo. Again to nobody really, and Chaotic with the demo. Ooh, Squiggly, that's on target. Well saved. Squiggly again. Sees that crossfield pass, sets up a Blue. The pop-up. Blue looking for the bump. Not going to find it. The ball heading sideways. 15 seconds left.
Time a ticking. Blue, last chance. Who's over there? I would prefer for a challenge to be thrown right there by the players of Ichi Japan Corp. But they decided to play a little bit more defensive and just get back into position, which, again, has served them well when they managed to be in front of the net. Buzzer beater, not gonna be the case in EG Japan Corp, just like in their previous series versus Lip Biters. Get game number 3 and try to keep their series hopes alive.
It was game number 3. It wasn't game number 2. I misremember. And I will say, much like that game which they won, they ended up with the least amount of shots. I mean, what's that? 9-12 for Reunion, 6 for Japan Corp. So it's not exactly the third of shots that we saw against Lip Biters, but that's still a good return nonetheless. And defensively speaking as well, putting up 10 saves, Jam. The majority of those shots were on target by Reunion. They weren't those sort of like false shots that hit the woodwork but still count. Japan Corp were made to work, I should say, for that win.
Oh, there we go. I think it is, and gets them at least some hope on board. And there's no doubt that they're going to have to work by this point twice as hard, because last time we saw what happened. They won a game and then the series started running away from them. So somehow to keep all of this energy while also keeping out all of the mistakes from their defense, because I know how hard it is to fix them. HC Japan Corp right now need a big pep talk, and they need to do something about their kickoffs. It seems like the start of the game is really not their time.
From a 2-1, they fell to a 5-1 and a 6-2. Well, there's a first goal immediately on Utopia. Maybe they're just DFH Stadium guys. Maybe that's just the thing. They're DFH Stadium guys. They get a little bit nervous in other stadiums of sort. I hope that's not the case. Sincerely so. But you just worry with this Reunion side. They looked very, ironically enough, they looked very off-color in that last game. An anomaly, I'd imagine.
Speaking of DFH Stadium, I do believe it was, oh no, sorry, it was Manfield Night, but still, for the purposes of the joke,
yes.
Let's call it DFH Stadium. Yesterday, or 2 days ago for the rendezvous, there has been a question, are we just a Manfield Night or DFH Stadium nation, or do we actually have rotation? It seems like HC Japan Corp would wish it would be DFH, and they wish that they would find a goal right here, but once again, it's stop, reverse, and back pedal from HC Japan Corp when it comes to not getting those 50s, not getting the control of the ball.
Loving this adaptation from the side in blue. Reunion with a high press. And it's something that Japan Corp have struggled with all day. Their midfield is susceptible to lacking the composure, to lacking luck in the challenge, or lacking mechanics in the challenge. Certainly nothing lacking in the mechanics of that, though. Squiggly with his second.
Lovely, lovely stuff. And it is, again, when it comes to aerial challenges, I'm not even sure what to do for HC Japan Corp by this point, since they are not in time to contest something in the air. Even when they don't jump for a challenge, they're still getting beaten. It's impossible to just all of a sudden buy an aerial package, a plane ticket, so to speak. They need to somehow keep the game grounded and keep the ball away from their opposition. Samat landed, no boost to jump for this ball. Anybody in support, way far, but Chaotic, I think, had a smart idea. He knows that Reunion is right there around the ball, so he waits for any bounces his way rather than challenging straight up.
It's spot on with the aerial point though, Jam. You think of all of these clearances that we see through Japan Corp, the majority of them are big Route 1 Rocket League throws downfield. Case in point, you're giving up possession so easily, and you're putting it into a territory where your opponents are clearly superior. You've got to recognize that, play to your strengths, like this perhaps, but even then the flick over is well met, it's well read, and part of that is down to Reunion having the confidence to be able to make those plays.
And you can see Chaotic utilizes a lot of boosts just to bring the ball to the corner, and almost not trying to do it all by himself without having any second options. This double commit could be an opening, and that is man advantage. There you have it. Somewhat of a very hard commit by Reunion finds a goal for HC Japan Corp in this game. And a good point as well. This is about the time you start breaking the game in your favor.
I think the Smoke realized halfway through that jump, oh no, I've jumped a bit early here.
And it's an open net, double whammy.
Does really, really well to readjust his card to at least get it on target. Didn't have to be hit hard. The entire team was down the other sides of the field. And they have something. They've got a goal on the stroke of half-time. Need to find a second, at least to equalize. We've not seen a single overtime today, and Squiggly's ready to school the defense. Or maybe throw it back in their face. Chaotic with the equalizer.
How about this? Doing Kirk first wins this challenge versus Squiggly. Samart is in time. A little give and go. And there you have it. If the first goal, that double, triple commit for Union, name it what you will, was a bit of a gift from the gods for this one. Ichi Japan Corp work there. Phoenix. Mostly Phoenix. Sorry, 1 Octane, my bad.
I mean, it's a Fennec in spirit, really. I don't find anything strange about this. The only we're getting all creepy and spooky. It's Halloween, and this is going to scare the living daylights out of Japan Corp. They've gone behind again.
Nope. I think I'm now replaying all the goals that Reunion has scored on Ichi Japan Corp. Especially these ones. Aerial dribbles, double taps from the backboard. Not.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, Ekni, thank God. It is still dangerous though, so let's get into this moment just for a moment. Okay, relax. But yeah, I don't remember any single time Japan Corp having anybody on the backboard. Every single time it is being challenged, as it drops down on target, Hireo scores his second of the game, and the numbers just keep on ticking. There's just nobody for Ichi Japan Corp to counteract any of the touches on the backboard.
Literally, and the greatest irony in that is they like utilizing the backboard themselves when they're trying to attack Japan Corp. So, I don't know. Maybe they should be focusing on defense rather than offense, but then we don't want them to turtle up. We don't want them to become reactive again. They've looked a far better outfit when they're actually believing in their ability to go forward and to find those passes. It is just the meta of Rocket League at the moment. You've got to fight fire with fire.
Yeah, and the thing is, so far, the best part about Ichi Japan Corp was the offense, and the worst part, unfortunately, it was the defensive show. And Ekni now versus Hireo needs to throw something into the way. Blue by himself. I thought for a second somebody is going on the backboard, or at least sideboard for Ichi Japan Corp, but not even this time. A little bit of a clear to the center. Half pass, half clear, have given the ball back to Reunion already.
No half measures taken in the offense. But Reunion, 2-goal advantage, 45 seconds. Might become a 3-goal advantage if the wind is blowing in the direction that I think it is. It's one-way traffic. No latch onto there for the pass from Squiggly. What about Blue's effort back into the center? And that's a massive whip. Ekni's at the wrong place. Oh, it's disastrous. Thankfully, Samote was in the right place at the right time.
One domino falls in the wrong place, and all of a sudden the whole rotation is what, where, who, why, and it's chaos. I suppose chaotic is playing for them, but that name was not supposed to be really referring to how they are looking on the field. Last 10 seconds, Ekni is going to try to push something off his own. Blue's positioning for that ball was perfect. Timer runs out. Game number 4. It's Reunion once again, 1 win away from taking the series and going to the grand final.
Literally a director's cut. Some changes here or there, but this really is heading exactly the same way as the series against Lip Biters. Japan Corp lose not 5-1, they lose 4-2. By the shots that they're conceding, Jam, 13 on target for Reunion. Again, they're having to put up 5+ saves per game just to stay in said game. And I feel like that entirety of that entire 5 minutes, we managed to see laid bare before us the issues at hand. When they go forward for attacks, they look good, but their backboard defense shoddy, making innocuous mistakes at really poor times. There's a bit of luck here and there, but you feel like they've got to make their own luck. They've simply got to play faster and with less mistakes, really. I mean, there's not much more to say about it.
Well, I do have a monkey's paw stashed somewhere, or maybe a lucky... Actually, monkey's paw is the one that curses. No, maybe not that one. Lucky rabbit's paw maybe is exactly what they need right now, or just anything. Let's start with getting control of the ball from the opening minutes, because one of the biggest problems... they have to play from behind almost every single game. They start and immediately the scoreboard is 0-1 against them, and you cannot really start the game like that. It's playing on hard mode.
rather than me repeating myself, let me offer something better for the audience on the analysis front. They need to make better use of their possession, because time and time again, they throw it away, and they're expecting their opponents to maybe give them a freebie. There's no freebies here. There's only good passes. There's only good vibes. Japan Corp staring down the barrel of elimination.
It is a free-to-play game, but Japan Corp are taking it slightly differently, giving these shots and goals to Reunion. A lovely bit of play. Again, the Japan Corp had the players, but felt like Chaotic just stumbled over. And the score just keeps adding on. Yes, Reliq, I've seen this movie. I know who is going to win. I know who is going to lose. Reunion in good stats to take the series.
They've replaced half the cast, but the story is still the same. Change the narrative, Japan Corp. You've got to wrestle the writer's pen away. 2 goals, 4 minutes. It's doable, but we've got to see more than that. At least they've got past kickoff jam. I think that is step number 1. Take it a bit by bit and hope that you can work your way into the affairs of things.
And once again, the rotation from Reunion is impeccable, and this is just stealing candy from a baby. This should never be the situation. This should never be the position where Reunion know exactly what Japan Corp are gonna do, and they see how simple it's gonna be just to surround them close up, because those clears just aren't working.
3. Oh my word. Have you ever seen a team more devoid of confidence than this one? It can feel like banging your head against a brick wall at times, but when you've got the tools to break down that brick wall and you're not using them, you've only got yourselves to blame. And you can see here the drive. It's a drip feed of players, 1, 2 at a time, and even then, that was a shot opportunity. A whiff was all they could muster.
At least a shot opportunity. Not every single time they get something like that. This would be mostly on target as chaotic shots get registered, but it's the goals. It's the goals that Japan Corp are lacking. I'm glad to see them once again in the blue side of the field. But this long clear, and they have to start from square one again. And still trying to figure out what to do with it. A long clear, okay, that's a chance. A dump in the Reunion side where Reunion's players are not immediately there. That's already something. Previously, all of these long clears just immediately found a Reunion player. But rotations comes in through backboard, not utilized this time, and all of a sudden, player advantage is just an awkward ball to play immediately. Chaotic already blocked, somewhat already out, Ekni already up and missing the ball. So at least there's going to be somebody home from Japan Corp when the time comes to it.
It's a defensive demo as well. They're just playing really smart. They don't have to throw all the players upfield, and to be fair, what is it with me being the king of cursed? Again, I say they're playing very smart. There's nothing smart about this. Squiggly goes up,
Just
completely misreads it. Chaotic gets 1. Okay. But, like, I don't feel like they've got the energy or the enigmaticness to find even a second, let alone a third. I more expect a 4th to come through for Reunion.
Yes, that's sort of what you would expect, but by this point, maybe to really shock the audience, the story is gonna diverge right there. There has been a rewrite, and instead of Japan Corp conceding, you see Sama just dribbling on really well. Hireo should be dunked on, and he does in the end. But yeah, Reliq, maybe you have that monkey spa that I've been talking about. Maybe you're just holding it, and inadvertently this is happening.
I do love a good mirror universe timeline as well, whether we are quite seeing that unfold before us. Well, maybe, just maybe. That's a good shot opportunity denied by Squiggly. Back into the center, 2 Ekni through 1, not through the second.
Too much traffic.
Nice save from Hireo. His blue down the other side runs out of boost, but they can afford to keep possession and not do too much with it. They've still got that 2-goal advantage. It'll be a little bit more hectic if we do see that 1-goal differential. But time is against Japan.
Pass to Hireo. Ooh, they've been trying to cook something very exciting. Samad was going to be bumping out of blue.
Okay.
player advantage. I think a little bit of, not lack of humility from Reunion, but I think Reunion tried to just something way too complicated. Yes, they're sailing through the series. Yes, they're in the lead. They're still winning this game and one win away, like 60 seconds, 62 seconds away from winning the whole series. But their inaccuracy in the offense resulted in this goal for EC Japan Corp. Nobody was home.
Oh, check this out from Chaotic. Well met by Squiggly. Far post too high. Ekni keeps Blue shackled all but briefly. Far post, that hits the bar, would you believe? Squiggly back into the center. Ekni. Even then, a piece of it is taken away from him. That's a big challenge. That's a big win. Launches the attack downfield. Chaotic with the read of all reads. But there was also a read from the defense, and Blue is there to meet it in the two. It's Squiggly up high. 30 seconds. A goal.
Oh,
no.
Chaotic still in control. Perhaps challenges Hireo. Touches orange, so it's EG Japan Corp with a last-ditch effort. Squiggly throws himself on Hireo, throws himself on the ball. This could be an opening. Chaotic is out, though, and he's one of the players that would expect the most to score any sort of goal. Instead, it's to the corner. It's collecting the boost and putting it up, but control is not with him. Hireo removes Ekni. The timer is out. You said we're going to see a fourth. We might as well see a fourth on that approach. Still a chance. Somehow, EG Japan Corp keeping the ball. The ball, gents. You had to do something with the ball in that situation. Reunion, 4-1. Yeah, seen this somewhere before.
I want a refund. Box office flop from Japan Corp. They were the third seeds. Perhaps they were expected always to finish third in the end, Jam, but I don't think they should have been losing this one 4-1. I think there were a lot of mistakes on the macro front, which could have easily been sorted, dealt with mid-series. To me, feels like a lack of leadership, like a lack of direction. Reunion, anything but. They had that direction for all but one game.
Reunion is the team to beat right now, and I'm pretty sure Libiter is going to try it again. And previously, I do believe they actually did. Let me just quickly get everything on board. So Libiters, last time, 2 weeks ago, Libiters were known as Gyat. Gyat have actually defeated Ichi Japan Corp previously, so there's yet another one. And then the current team that I'm currently seeing on stream, which is the Reunion, Squiggly Blue, come on, Squiggly Blue, actually wasn't playing. Fancy that.
Yeah, fancy that indeed. But I tell you something even more fanciful is our grand final. Unfortunately for Japan Corp, they drop at the worst possible moment. No money for them, but $1,000 is on the line. $500 for commiseration, of course, but it's all about the biggest moolah of the lot. Jam and Bacon, they're going to be taking you through that one. I shall bid my adieu. While we're here, shout out to the wonderful HC for providing us with the wonderful, pretty pictures. So thank you, as always. And to our wonderful moderation staff in chat, we love you very much. Be sure to give them all your love, chat. And after this, the grand final awaits. They'll see you then.
Want to lose it all, loving you.
she found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running, running back to you. Back to you. Back to feeling lonely, hey. And hearing music that can make me smile. But the way I feel with her cannot be explained. But one thing still remains on my mind. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running, running back to you. Back to you.
Can see Baby, you don't still want it. In the dark. Baby, you don't still want it.
When it's coming at you like monsters in the night, and you feel the danger that makes you wanna hide. When the cards are stacked against you and you're standing on the edge, now's the time, now's the time. Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that we can overcome. When the world's so cold and we're losing hope, I need her, I need her. When the darkness comes and we're overrun, yeah, I need her. That's when we need each other. 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 When you're falling faster and don't know where you are, you feel the danger closer than your heart. When the weight is getting heavy and the future is unsteady, close your eyes, close your eyes. Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that we can overcome. When the world's so cold and we're losing hope, I need her, I need her. When the darkness comes and we're overrun, yeah, I need her. That's when we need each other. 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 That's when we need each other.
Strip off the shadows from your skin and cast them aside. Black out the windows above us and cover the lights. The feeling of an iris in the dark keeps on calling. Till I find you, a fading of a fire at the spark. Keeps igniting like a prelude. keeps igniting like a prelude. Keeps igniting like a prelude.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Regional Rumble. The APAC South is on fire. Literally, those games were something else. First, it was Lib Batters Bacon. You were right there and saw that series. Now it's Reunion, and now it's the reunion of Lib Biters and Reunion in the grand finals. Which way this series is even going to go?
I think it's going to go the way of Lib Bites. I don't think by picking the favorite team I've made the wildest prediction in the world. But nonetheless, this is great fun because we're seeing, dare I say, a little bit of a mix-up in the region, but it's got to be said as well, like, whilst Lib Bites are the favorite, Reunion are going to be a very interesting team to watch and probably going to be favorites now after a performance like that against Japan Corp, that they'll be taking that last spot, the fourth spot, because, as we said, we're expecting Gladiators to turn up at the next qualifier. So they probably got that top spot, but there's 2 qualifying spots from the next one. And Reunion, this is their best last chance of practice. You know what? Let's get the bracket reset. Let's get 2 best-of-7s practice in. And, well, if they do just happen to steal the series, oh, shame.
Oh dear me, oh dear me. Yes, let's bring in the Gladiators because let's bring in the 3 rats. Oh, let's bring in absolutely everything at the same time. Although now 3 rats, knowing that I think Maxu realized Virtuoso was going to be the new roster for Gaming Gladiators. Is that right?
Yep.
So LCT is by himself now. He was actually previously on Gladiators, now no longer, so I'm not even sure what his... Oh, sorry, LCT was Kevin with Sphinx. So come on, 3 rats, Gaming Gladiators. And the good news is, for the last qualifiers, for the last Biweekly, there are 2 spots, 2 qualifying spots. Both the first and the second place are going to get a ticket to the Grand Rumble finale. So we might still have time to get Lib Biters, 3 rats, Gaming Gladiators, everybody.
I haven't actually looked at the qualifiers tomorrow and the signups because, hey, funny thing, folks, tomorrow we over on Koken Stream will be covering APAC North. Well, we won't anyway, but Koken will in Japanese. That's going to be great fun tuning into that. But as you said, LCT's currently missing right now. Kevin's actually qualified on Asian Cuisine, who won the first qualifiers. So we don't know what LCT is doing for the rest of all of this. Funny enough, we know that Kevin, LCT, and Sphinx are, like, you know, the team looking to make it for RLCS next season, but, you know, we don't know currently when that is. So let's just look towards the Rumble right now, and we're excited for this as we get ready to hop onto the pitch jam. It's going to be Lib Biters in blue, Reunion in orange.
Grand finals, Lib Biters with a chance to take it right here in one series. What they've already done versus Reunion, what they've already done versus ET Japan Corp. This could be a quick repeat. Again, Lib Biters and Reunion met earlier in the bracket, and those games were once again just not blowouts, but goals left and right. First game of that series, 7-5 in favor of Lib Biters, then 5-1, then 4-1. You get the picture. They love to score goals.
Already with a strong start here, Squiggly showing off the skills. Like we thought earlier, Squiggly and Bunny Dummy, longtime teammates, now split up on different squads. There's no love lost though, like they are just still best of friends. I think this is more a direction, and if rumors are to be believed, Squiggly encouraged Bunny Dummy to sign up with Kaizen and Misty because they could do this.
Look at that. Out of the corner of your eye. First, Bunny removes the player. Then Misty bounces out Squiggly, and even Hero cannot get to the ball quick enough. All the while, it gives an opportunity for Kaizen to slot it in the farthest possible spot that he can muster. And Libiters open up the scoring. I don't think anybody is surprised that we're seeing a first goal pretty early.
Bunny Dummy. Great block again. The pop out. Misty's up for a nice note. He does get blocked, and Hero stopping that counter attack right in his tracks. Blue up and over Kaizen. Squiggly. Are he able to get a touch? No. But you can see these two squad sides, the flow into each other is infectious.
Their movement is great. Squiggly now his opportunity. A weak touch by Kaizen, swats it away, but not enough. Needs something stronger, and Misty has two against him, so incredibly hard for Libiters to get out of their own half. By this point, Reunion back in the midfield, grab themselves some boost. They keep on trying, Reunion, to bring the ball through the flank, and little by little, it is working out.
Little by little, it's only been one goal so far with these two squads. Normally when you get an APAC South team versus an APAC South team in this kind of fashion, it is a goal fest. And, well, this isn't much of a surprise. Brilliant setup by Hero, who then chases, looking for the bump. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for Blue to finish off.
Alrighty. We are not letting one team to run away with this game, and immediately Libiters and Reunion, well, taking their strong approach to this one. Do I dare to say that Reunion might take this one just for, again, brilliant lower bracket run, or is it just a favorites bacon? Who do I pick?
So it's more a case of both these sides know each other. All six players here are basically friends. Jam, if you've got, chat enabled in game right now, I don't know if you disabled it for distractions.
I do have it.
Yeah, I love the memeage between the lot of them, and it just shows this is a lot of fun for them right now, and that's where you're seeing some really, at times, sure, strange Rocket League, but others, like, really confident. They're wanting a show off in front of each other, and it's just good fun.
Also, shout out to the Twitch chat. Hope you're enjoying the show. The Squiggly Muffins is currently on the field playing for Reunion. Kept him all the way to APAC. Got a bit squiggly, not squishy now. He's a bit squiggly. And Reunion, this could be a quite nice win for Squiggly himself. But Bunny and the Libiters are solid in their approaches. What about their aerial play? Reunion absolutely dunked. There's no way about it on the Ichiyapan Corp. Right now, Libiters are not allowing them the same freedom.
So you just made me fall for like a 70s glam rock band, Bunny and the Lip Biters. I mean, it'd be fitting. And right now, the crew can see just how they're playing. It is like music, art in motion, and visually, I guess, no horrible engine noises. So, by our hearing, it's also pleasing. But I just love how these two sides have got great predictions over each other. Most players there, as I say that, going for blocks, hence leaving the ball awkwardly. But nonetheless, like, the pace is great, and they've got good reads to their defense upon one another. So demos are going to be required here.
Speaking of which, one after the other, it rattles on. I think it's 1-1 in terms of demos, at least in that particular skirmish. The ball gets thrown back in. And I love, previously we've seen from Union, patient play when they go into the attack. They try to control the ball rather than just send it. And Kaizen, with the rest of Libiters, try to set up something on the backboard. Anybody on the ball. Hireo at center. Blue bumped out. Block not coming out. Bunny's clearing out. That's a clear flank. Bunny only needs to set it up. Perhaps look for somebody. But all the avenues are closed, Bacon. And that attack dies down.
That's it. It's like a roadblock up ahead. No one's allowed in or out. These two nets beckoning, calling for the ball. You can just see the mark not being here, a whisper wide. Once again, it's not from a lack of trying. You can see both teams having to get creative.
Right now, to beat their opposition, they need not only plan A, plan B, plan C perhaps at some points. And it's the simplest things. It's not that they fail, is that they're well read and well removed. Any sort of threat is neutralized, and Reunion and Lip Biters, well, try this, try that. No kitchen sink has been thrown yet, but I don't think the teams that we're currently having in our grand final are the type that are just going to be throwing the kitchen sink. They're going to be more tactical, more carefully approaching this.
I'll say, yes, they need to be more tactical, but the tactics aren't like earlier. Both these two teams, when they played up against Japan Corp, played quote-unquote better. Purely because it looked better, it looked more well thought out and such. That's because these two sides know that they can't really get away with it. They've got to look for something brand new. They've got to look to be creative on that pitch. And so it's an air of mystery right now as these two teams are just kind of waiting and looking for inspiration to get that one move, that one goal, which is really going to blow this entire series open.
Speaking of the unknown Terra Incognita, we haven't been in the overtime just yet today, Bacon. This is our first one. Fireworks straight in front of the net of Reunion. But since the ball is such an awkward position, nobody gets a touch. Misty, though, beautiful spot. Kaizen will be getting to the ball faster, still has the boost. Misty on top of him, 3 go. But the ball goes to the corner. Reunion do not have an immediate counterattack going for them. Bunny still with the ball, patient. Underneath, that patience almost worked out. Squiggly throws a perfect block.
I love this hero and blue combination, and Squiggly, which is just such a safe pair of hands, really complements them so well. This is one of the squads which, whilst I don't think is going to set the world alight next RLCS season, this could be like what we want to be as that new sort of benchmark for top 8. And who knows, the possibilities for their growth kind of are endless in their own right. They have to make their own destiny right now, and they just seem to be so mechanically capable that it'll come down to the macro, which is truly living up to the test right now against a team like the Lip Biters.
Gonna have Asian cuisine, Lip Biters, Reunion again, the LCT and his 3 rats, I'm guessing by this point, or whichever combination of rats or...
Looking at this combination right now, I don't think LCT will be qualifying, if I'm being frank, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right, well, still I love that we're showing this, and this is off Hireo. This read was perfect. Just needed a bit of a more anglage at the end.
Oh, Squiggly, just with some effective pressure, it will allow the rest of the folks who are on Reunion to hold that midfield line, and they're just trying to whittle down that defense. Wait for that opening. Wait for that pass inwards to the center for a finalizer.
We're stuck in the corner of Lip Biters, and both of the teams are looking for something. Kaizen, though, out. 3 for Reunion, 2 for Lip Biters. There's a bump on the player, but ball just sails harmlessly to the side. This can be bad, but Lip Biters lose 2 players to some bombs, but Reunion do not have a player immediately in position to continue doing something with it. Wide rotation and swinging out Lip Biters, looking for a counterattack of their own. Ball control. They trace Squiggly on this one for a little bit as he tries to wrestle the ball from the Lip Biters. We have a little bit of a stalemate midfield.
Already half a game extra gone by. Will we get a 2-for-1 deal, I wonder, in this opening match? I could see it keep going. Like I said, it will take a massive mistake, or even, like earlier, that spark
Massive
of
mistake.
inspiration, but yeah, it's always got to be that massive mistake. No.
And a bump. Look at that.
Oh,
Watching the
okay.
replay again. Blue removes Misty. He's the last player, and as rotation goes, he's not directly in the net. That would allow Reunion to just make their own fortune. And this beautiful setup nets the team from the lower bracket the first win in this grand final, setting them up in a really good stead and really throwing all of the previous scripts. I think we finally are out of the territory where we're just watching the reruns, Bacon. We are watching something new this time.
Yeah. Reunion. Oh, you have me excited right now. The chance for the Lip Biters not to have an easy run through the bracket. Of course, for these two squads today, it's their first time missing as Reunion lost earlier to Japan Corp and then had to take them down in the rematch, looking mighty good whilst doing it. So maybe another squad, we've seen it from these players in the past, where they take a while to warm up and really wind up. So in a match like this, anything can happen, and we are excited for it. But again, they've got to pull off the bracket reset this first series. They want to get it done nice, quick, and fast. There's been a call for a pause because Squiggly is stupid, apparently. Like, player's word, cable dead. Okay.
Oh my god. I saw the call for a pause. I would never in a million years guess what the reason was.
Wait, no, the players told us the cables died or Squiggly pulled out the controller or something like that, you know?
Okay. I mean, if controller is not connected or the cable has died, that's no fault of the player, but they almost made it sound like it's. In any case, folks, we had just a little bit of a full start in this game number 2. Reunion is gonna get their stuff in order for Libiters, and for Reunion, it's time to once again just talk a little bit more, figure out what can they do better. And it's not like either of these teams played badly. That's why we had an overtime, prolonged overtime at that, a couple of minutes, and we only saw a goal because our rotation has been broken. Rotation that previously was quite on point.
And it included that bump, right? I was so, when we said at first, we went, oh, it was a mistake because it looked like it from afar, but that small bump was actually a thing. I wouldn't dare put that down as the spark of inspiration I was talking about, but that was a great utilization of an opportune moment. When they got into that flow, that sort of comfiness with each other, they allowed themselves to essentially play with one main defender, that one player covering net. Of course, earlier you saw it was Bunny Dummy that jumped out of the ball to go contest it, had to go contest it. So Blue, seeing that, I believe it was Misty, was left alone in net. Just the slightest little touch, little bump is all it took to dismantle that defense. And they've got to be kind of leave that in the back of their heads right now. Both teams will get into that comfiness, and all it takes is a little bump, not necessarily a demo, to be able to win a situation.
Let's see what the approach for both Libiters and Reunion is going to be in this game number 2. Folks, we are alive once again. Countdown with us. 3, 2, 1. Let's get this game number 2 underway.
Squiggly is plugged in his controller. We are good to go, folks. Don't you worry. Kaizen getting in the way of Misty there. Wants to get a pop. Squiggly with a great clearance, but Bunny Dummy holding down the midfield in it. So audacious to jump off the wall like that.
Come on, by this point you are in grand finals. You need to have a flair that is fitting a grand finalist. So yes, go for these. I say go for these. And also go for the attack. Reunion are not planning on parking the bus of any sort of type. No, they are on the offense and want to score goals.
Great pop from Kaizen. Able to steal the 100 away. Was looking for bumps across net, but no one's there. So I guess taking the other 100 is well worth it as well. Gets back in defense in time. You can just see that their current plan right now for Lip Biters is take the boost away, get those demos, get those bumps, and, well, get the ball in the back of the net. It's working well.
That 50 from Kaizen. Perfect win. Perfect win. Nobody, even that Demowood player, whoever that was, on the side of Reunion, had no chance of getting back in. Sometimes you just get a good pinch/50 and everything is settled. So Reunion working from behind yet again. And yes, of course, we're seeing the goal in the first minute because that's just a bad things.
Blue popping in the corner. Bible will keep it locked in, however. Here we go. Eaten by Bunny Dummy. So leaves a parting impression, you could say, Jan.
Just a parting gift of
He was just taking out all 3 players.
Yes, they are just removing the whole of the opposition off the field. Respawn timers, they're going to come back, but that messes up your rotation, messes up your boost game, and all of these demos resulted into this. Nobody was where they were sort of expected to be, and Misty not getting this read opens the net. Still, everything thrown into chaos as players are getting removed off the field, left and right.
I said it earlier, you can expect 2 things from APAC, chaos and unneeded flair and Mets. We have seen both. Oh, good save, Blue.
I can patient. Blue sets up and just waits, knows when his chance is going to be. But this time, Bunny with the ball yet again. Kaizen decides to go away from it and gives Bunny yet another opportunity. Honestly, that sort of opens up the defense of Reunion just a little bit more, since they were reacting for the first one, but not for a second one. Moot point as the attack is already going the other way. Squigly tries to dunk on Bunny, but even that is read. And we are not stopping Bacon. Only for goals. That ball was just going around the world for the past 30 seconds.
See, this is, again, another simple mistake, just misread on the prediction. Unfortunately, Hero not able to get back in time to cover it. And again, another sort of situation where you can't blame the side of Reunion for it, because they were stuck in that flow. They're trying to be a bit fast, and it just shows when you're in that kind of zen state, the smallest little slip up is so costly.
And Blue managed to convert for a shot, but by that point, Kaizen has already returned and starts an attack of his own. Squigly high up in the air. Previously for Reunion, the aerial approaches were very successful versus Japan Corp. This time, both Lip Fighters and Reunion are incredibly apt and able. Misty does not get the touch, and that cost him. That cost him.
I mean, so Squigly had the entire net shirt upon and chose the player, sure. Bunny really was not expecting that. Was expecting it to be in front, so the last second jump back, having no pace at all, just really hurt, and yeah, wasn't able to get there. Nonetheless, halfway in, we're tied up once again.
This series is worthy of a grand finals title, Bacon. And after what we've seen, what Lip Fighters did to Japan Corp. After what was known that Reunion have lost to Lip Fighters previously, were swept, and again the goal amount was through the roof. To be seeing this much more calculated and more calm game, I suppose, or maybe it's going to open up the more we're in this, because it's already 3-2, those dribbles from Lip Fighters, those flip resets, and of course those bumps as they're trying to remove as much defense as possible, was bringing them forward.
Yeah, it was a 3-0 series earlier in favor of Lip Fighters, right? Don't get me wrong, both sides got a ton of goals, but 3-0 series with, I think, 2 goal differentials in each of them in favor of the Lip Fighters. So, yeah, Reunion have really they've really done themselves an advantage in that first game by getting that win, because it gives them confidence they can take games. Now, they've just got to look to take in the series. You know, you're still in it right now. They're in the money as it is. So, you know, for here, play with fun and keep on just trying to extend to the next level.
Cash prize is good. Bunny's goal for a hat trick is good. And Lip Fighters also do want to get themselves the ticket to the final regional rumble, played after all of our South and North APAC weeklies are done, or bi-weeklies in our case. And they are putting in a good case for themselves. Previously Gyat, now Lip Fighters. It's Bunny, it's Kaizen, it's Misty, and they are here to win.
I prefer Gyat, just saying. Yeah.
Gyat. I like that.
Hello. Didn't like that clearance, so I'm going to be real. He just handed over the ball. Squigly chased on. I don't know how Heroes got away with this, but what are the options now? You slow it down. Squigly did get a touch, but it's kind of weird. I don't know why Lip Fighters didn't just come out and beat that and, yeah, pick up the ball. They're being too respectful, you could say.
I think respect needs to be given in this situation. Both of the teams recognize exactly what the opposition can do. Reunion know what Lip Fighters can just win a series, a sweep. Or Lip Fighters, now they know, yes, Reunion are not just a pushover. No longer they're just going to fall over. And right now, this is going to be a goal. What a beautiful 50 from Blue.
Perfect 50 from Blue. Kaizen caught out.
Well.
Misty thinking that Blue was leaving, perhaps?
Yeah.
To swing around instead of just dribbling the ball up the wall was weird, but Misty was low on boost, so didn't want to take it up, because then they'll kind of be setting up for their opposition anyway. So it's just a misread, a bad call, you could say. It's cost them a goal. It's
borderline. Oh, it works out. Still, right here, Bunny already. What a beautiful win. Send it almost on target. Misty gets bumped into the ball. Bumped into the ball for this to be scored.
Squiggly looking pretty sus right there. Helping out the opposition by putting the player in the perfect position.
Why not?
What? Why not indeed? That's kind of just the vibes. Perhaps they forgot what team they were on, because face it, later on when they're playing ranked after this event, or who knows, maybe in their warm-ups earlier today, they would have been in some weird combination, these two squads, because like we said earlier, they're all friends as it is.
Exactly. Libiders reunion. Game number 2 is going to be going the way of our first upper finalists and grand finalists, Libiders themselves. Tied series. Isn't Bunny and Misty, the goal scoring machine has started. Now the question, can it be stopped? Because previously it felt like that Avalanche just had no end and it buried everybody so far in the way.
5-3. Is this the start of the sweep? You know, if we're looking to the match earlier today, where it's all 2 goal differentials, you know, it looks eerily spooky. I know it's October, is the month of spook, but what can Reunion do to turn this around? I don't know. They've looked good so far. Maybe it's just more solid team plays, looking to pass in the midfield and then shoot at about the 3/4 mark. It's pretty simple. Just be better.
That's the difficult part. Everybody's so good at this level, then being better. It's a tough task. Right there, off the kickoff, Libiders do not want to put it away in the box. Nope. Misty already with an interception. Squiggly, that's going to be an awkward touch for him. Keeps it alive pretty much for Libiders, who can still challenge on top of it. Kaizen, that is stuck in the orange side of the field. Good news for Reunion. Nobody really getting control of it. I say that Misty tries to go for a sideways bump or any sort of control of the ball. Shot after shot after shot. This is what we've seen from Libiders in the first series on stream versus EG Japan Corp. This is what we've seen from Reunion versus EG Japan Corp. And now Libiders are doing it again, this time versus Reunion.
Misty's got a chance, sets it to Bunny Dummy, and goes for the bump. Exquisite.
I want to see Bunny's perspective on this, because he just bulldozes it. Squiggly is not even jumped yet. Bunny jumps into him expecting a flip, and that works perfectly. Reunion, even when they think they have the players, ooh, that's a fancy little jump. Even when they think they have the positioning, Libiders just say, we also have players, and now you have no players, and now you've been scored upon.
It's only been 1 minute, Jam. You know, they can bring it back, but Libiders, when I thought they were faking that. They thought it was on target. What a save. Blue has absolutely been standing up to the aggression hits there, and I love that in both attack and defense. Hero's been, like I said, that primary focus on attack, Squiggly in defense. Like, the team chemistry is working good. I would like to see a little bit more passing plays from them, but their defense is holding up.
What another shot. Libiders collect the ball at the point where I thought, okay, rotations are already coming out. No, Libiders do not abandon the opposition's half. As yet another shot comes in. Bunny too high on the ground, is going to be on the line, squarely in the right spot. They are stationary and forced to just swat the ball away, but Reunion somehow get out of this. I say get out of this. The shots are still coming through. That's the problem. It never ends.
That's because they're warmed up. Do we forget that Bunny and the Libiders, they are now known, they have been on break for, as I look at my watch, a good hour and a half. You know, that's enough to cool off, right? So allow it. Just allow the game 1 warm up. Game 2, they came back, got 2-goal lead. Game 3, they're going to be looking for even more, and deservedly so. Only the crossbar can keep them out.
By this point, it seems like Reunion have to hope for that crossbar to work their way, and then somehow they need to also hope that they're not in position that all of a sudden is going to send the ball into the net. Reunion shot off the target, but even for that, Bunny was ready, and more players from Libiders were going on target. Hireo is out, but that's not the touch they wanted. Thankfully, Reunion are nowhere near close to get any jump on it.
Great block by Misty with the aerial progression. Demo stopped that play in its tracks, and, well, did get clearance, but it's only as good down to the other end, and, well, it's sent straight back. Kaizen should have been a freebie, but Squiggly is wizened up to the tactics, and you can see this is a great response by Reunion, able to adapt, able to score.
Bunny, let me see Bunny's perspective, because gets the boost, Blue has the ball. Does he have the time? I think it feels backflip man moment, or just not enough time really to get to it. And this is all of Blue getting absolutely bodied in the defense. His car was not under his control for 2 seconds, I swear. And yet he recovers. He gets control of the ball. He gets the flip going and somehow gets the goal at the end as well. He works all sides of the field. Blue, he is right now carrying Reunion.
Blue carries it into the... This is that change up for the APAC region. This comfort in defense, knowing that they've got the capabilities now. You don't just have to be better on attack, be continuously aggressive, but keep it under control in your own half, which we saw towards the end of last season of RLCS in that spring split, which is really up their game. But I mean, Bunny Dummy having this confidence in himself is up his game.
Getting better, like fine wine and Misty's touch. It's like a pass behind his back in basketball. Completely beats the defender that goes for the challenge because ball does not go along the wall, goes behind the player, pinching back as a pass, and bam, the net is open. Misty almost immediately going for yet another one. Lip Biters, their play befuddles, confuses, and leaves Reunion just guessing as Kaizen puts himself on the board.
Puts them 3 ahead as well now. That's a healthy lead for the Lip Biters, and Kaizen timing the challenges perfectly. Gets the pip over the defender. They're not able to push that off to that right-hand side because that was the play. Keep it in the midfield, allow someone then sweep up and push that even further. But no, great read by Kaizen, and will win that challenge.
If all it takes for Lip Biters to warm up again after a big break is one game. That's the first game of this series that they've lost. Came up wrong in number 2, and right now, well, folks, 4-1 speaks for itself. And nobody can defeat Lip Biters. They just don't get cold. There's a thing of like being on ice or icy cold, but no, they are just going for it, and they do not stop.
Oh, it's the perfect layoff.
I was worried Kaizen is actually going to stop it. He was in a position that was, okay, are you actually get in the way? How do you? Okay. Thankfully. But no thanks to Reunion, as this is running away from them. First game, by this point, a bit of a far cry. And I took a quick look at shots. This was the 3rd and the 4th shot for Reunion. Bunny alone had 4 shots on the side of Lip Biters, and Bunny has scored 3 goals already.
And he's also the lowest shooting out of the squad. So we'll go over the stats at the end. I think we'll let them farm it up for the final moments, Jan.
The Blue could do something, but needed boost. Bunny blocking Squilly first. Goal comes in, as you said, farming the stats just a little bit on both sides. For Squiggly, this goal, just a bit of a consolation as game number 3 is squarely at the Reunion's hands, and Lip Biters are in control, and I had so much, I think they're almost getting below the horizon.
It's scary now, because you had that glimmer of hope after game 1. There is still chances. You can see, like, they're attacking well. It's just Lip Biters, as we put earlier, and it hurts to say because it's not good analysis at all. We fully accept it.
Bring it on.
They are just better. And, I mean, we put it earlier. Squiggly pushed Bunny Dummy to go to another team, to pair up with Misty and Kaizen, and respect it, because Lip Biters are convincing us even more now.
It seems like the Lip Biters are faster, better, stronger. Perhaps they're also harder to beat, that's for sure. And it feels like, if we just put it to one specific example, what is better for them? Lip Biters always have players in support. Their attack always meant to have a pass ready, or player in a position to receive the pass, a player in a position to receive a rebound, or even just collect any sort of blocks, because yes, of course, there's going to be some balls just dropping back to the midfield and final third. That's what they have, and that's what keeps on netting them the goals. On the other side, I saw Reunion quite often. Yes, they get into the attack, and yes, there's a first shot, and then there's nobody around to collect the rebound. All of the players are so far deep, then you take one opportunity. Rarely in Rocket League does one opportunity actually is enough. And that's it. They're forced to retreat.
Game number 4 underway, 2-1 in favor of the boys in blue, the Lip Fighters, and well, they'll think they've done half the job already, right, Jam? Like, that vibe is there, but blue? No. Keeping the hopes alive for a reunion right now.
Earlier in the chat, we saw that blue is going Octane, and that change seemingly has worked. There he is on an Octane, scoring first in this game number 4. And for Reunion, any sort of advantage that they can put on the board is a blessing.
Let him cook, is what I'm going to say to that. And boy, it looked like he was about to cook up something spicy, but Misty had other ideas, going for the bump. Again, I adore how this team plays, but Blue's got Hero to help out. Kaizen just a nice little squiggly as high of net, and Misty with the clearance.
Even when you think that you are done, 2 players versus you, one clearly going for a bump, Hero shot blue in the net. Somehow, that time the Biters survived, not this time. Hero and blue connect in a perfect fashion, and this. Who expects this? Go to the corner instead of shot on target? Madness.
Sorry, I need to speak to one person in particular. Callus, in chat, please. Clip it, ship it, social media, they will love it. Because blue right now is cooking. Hero is there like, yes, chef, being a perfect sous chef, just lining up the ingredients, prepping it. Squiggly is feeling left out.
He managed to work his way into the whole thing. Gets himself a goal as well, and Hero setting up his teammate yet again. All of these bounces. Squiggly just poured himself out, including the ball, on top of Leadbiter's defense. What is this scoreline? Do my eyes deceive me, Bacon? 0 on the side of Leadbiters. 3. 1 on the side of Leadbiters Reunion. In the middle of my speech, come on.
1 goal every 20 seconds. Welcome to APAC. This is living out.
Step right up.
I hear you like offense. You don't like defense? Well, I've got the perfect region for you. And I hate that I'm saying that after, for...
What?
Stop it! You're making us look smart. No.
Right up. Step right up. Goal every 11 seconds. What on earth? Everybody just abandoned all reason.
I know it's the APAC way, and we have warned the folks at home, Jam, but I don't want it to be an APAC way because we saw defense is great when they want to, think about the defense.
Maybe they don't want Bacon. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe they just don't want... Okay, we stopped having a goal every 20... We stopped having a goal every 20 or so seconds. I have to stop right there. But it still continues on. Leadbiters coming back. That goal difference was looking insurmountable now already within just 1, and they are on the offense. Not going to be hitting this time. But Leadbiters want to just turn the tides back again in their favor, and with the pressure that we've seen that they can show, it might be a tough 2, almost 3 minutes for Reunion.
Blue. Whilst yes, we might have stopped the goal every 20 seconds, we are currently on par for 30 seconds, which still isn't any better, but Hero with the lineup, that's free. Oh, I didn't see Misty. It was like a ninja there.
And right now in the attack, tries to go for a doink or a skip for his own teammate, but in the end it's Reunion who'll pick up the ball. No long control for either of the teams. Ball gets stopped midfield. Bunny just looking for any sort of connection. That's 1. Squiggly to the center. That's a long clear. I love what Blue is doing. And look what Hero is already, but too strong for him. Bails out of the challenge, still with the ball, if only for a moment, but for now just playing the nuisance. Just to be there and be threatening rather than anything else.
Are you scared, though? That is the question, because that's another goal.
That's an easy one. So let's see. Again, defensive line of Leadbiters pushed up really strong. It is Misty's job to clear and block any shots midfield. That just splits the difference between the flank 2 players and middle Misty. Reunion, only too happy to take this chance.
Okay. Again, 2 goal lead reinstated, perhaps free. blue.
Blue. Has been a great defender so far. And in the other side of the field here, Rayo is heroic. He was bumped out of the way by Bunny, and yet still no goal for Leadbiters, even when they just make everything happen. Reunion came so close to scoring, then came so close to conceding. In the end, none of these things happened.
Great block by Misty. That's in a dangerous spot. And so, yeah, Squiggly had to get up nice. No hero to receive. Bunny Dummy gets a touch. Knocking it just off to the side so deftly. And I'm liking this sort of like long play right now. It makes you feel so nervous. The tension is truly here.
If you're a fan of one of these rosters, I do not envy you, because the game on the field, pretty sure, is making you sweat. But Russ, the neutral spectators, Bacon, oh, we are entertained, are we not?
Oh, of course we're entertained. Like, this is great, Rocket. It's the grand finals. Did you expect anything less, right?
Oh, it's APAC South. Oh, we still have more of the action right here on the Rocket, as well as later on for the grand finales of the whole regional rumbles on APL Esports. Kazan loses the ball. Previously so good in control with the ball. Right now, that's just a wasted opportunity, and worse, more than that, time wasted. Something that Reunion are gonna gladly take.
Good touch by Kaizen, just missing the mark ever so slightly there. Lay off in the middle, no one is there. Squiggly send it to the corner. That's dangerous from Misty, met by Kaizen, found by Dummy. Whatever. The play was so good, it made me just lose my mind.
Just for a second, Bunny and Loop, gone. No chance, no chance. Oh, we are getting very late pause. And these kind of pauses can be incredibly impactful. So let's see what the situation is. We're going to update you the moment we get some info. But one goal separates the Biters from bringing this into the overtime. 11 seconds are separating us from Reunion taking the second game and bringing the series to 2-2. Yes, we're having a controller disconnect, so we're going to make sure that Lip Biters and Reunion are in equal position on the field, and that nobody is at a disadvantage. What a potential end to this game. Straight off the kickoff, watch Lip Biters. They have been winning these kickoffs really well.
The issue is with Squiggly once again. It's got to be said, folks. Yeah, 11 seconds. This is truly like, you know, you don't just have to do a Hail Mary in the kickoff. You can look to build a play, right? For a lot of players here, they'll want to, quote unquote, concede the kickoff. But it's more, let the ball be knocked back into your own half. One of your players, most likely at the corner, to pick it up. So if you're on the side of, you know, Squiggly Blue and Hero of Reunion, they'll be looking to try and keep this ball flat in the middle and then just push it there. Try and just push it into their opponent's half. Keep it away from that orange net.
Let's see. Lip Biters Reunion are ready to go. This is one time in Rocket League when you just set play. The only time that you can just basically draw something up and then execute it perfectly, because everybody's starting in the right positions. Everybody has the right amount of boost. I want to see what the strategies are for both Lip Biters and Reunion. For Reunion, just like kill it. Kill the ball. Don't play too risky. 3, 2, 1. Bacon, what's going to happen?
I don't know. Let's find out. It's a perfect kickoff for Reunion. They've done exactly what was asked of them. 50-50. This opens up an avenue for Bunny Dummy. Clearance downfield will be met by Misty. Blue does get the knock. Kaizen is there. The pop across, but it is killed by Reunion, who will take game number 4, tie up the series.
For the first time today, somebody has managed to get more than one game of Lip Biters. And it is Reunion going for their lower bracket run. Folks, if you wanted an exciting grand final, you are getting it right here. Blue, Hero, and Squilly, even with their technical issues, because every single time something happens to Squiggly, it must weigh on the whole team. It doesn't seem to be that big of a challenge. And Lip Biters have not lost even an ounce of their spark, of their ingenuity on the field. Reunion gained more. This series, just like the fine wine, can only get better.
But the question right now, what went wrong in that game for Lip Biters? I feel it's just they were too comfortable. They weren't necessarily having to force themselves to be clinically perfect. We saw so many shots hit the post, hit the crossbar, right? And it's that small amount of precision which has let Reunion basically get the lead and essentially win this. It would probably been about 4-5, it should have been, by the end of that game. Fine margins make everything.
It was incredibly close for that, exactly. 4-5, 3-4, whatever we ended up with. We are now tied in the series. Nobody has a big rolling advantage. I suppose the Lip Biters had it 2 games in a row. Eliminated, erased. We are now to game number 5.
Get ready to hop in. We're on the way very quickly. We're heading over to Deadeye Canyon. It's the Oasis there, and it's beautiful, but, well, we know we'll see some beautiful play. Face it, there's going to be a lot of flair in this one. But the defense does need to be picked up. We talked about it last game where it could sometimes just be lackadaisical, especially in the early opening moment where we had 4 goals in a minute 20. Something like that.
Exactly.
Don't want to see that.
It's wild. It is wild. Well, for now, not only we're seeing Deadeye Canyon, we're also going to see more after this, because so far, every single time we ended up, it was right here in the Oasis. Lip Biters in Reunion, after a little bit of a break, and again, the series that was virtually reset, we're just not seeing anything immediate. And that's a new development in this series and APAC as a whole.
Oh, just on the line here, it got that way. Eisen keeping the pressure applied. And Blue has been really the player of watch. Hero and Squiggly have been great, but Blue has been that difference maker for Reunion, I feel.
He has been absolutely on point, but by no means. Rocket League is a one-player game. Everybody needs to step up, and Hero was setting up Blue constantly with his passes. Squiggly as well. Squealy has been doing his absolute darnest on all sides of the field. Double save as Blue and Hero takes chances on target. Squiggly just kills the ball, tries to jump on the ball as well, just to block it on out. Blocks in the midfield as well. Who keeps the control? Lip Biters want to keep the ball. Bunny rotates through the net, but for the first time in ever, there's nobody in the net for him to bump.
Just especially when you got Blue pushing into the corner like that. You can definitely feel the respect now from Lip Biters. They've seen that Reunion up to the challenge today. Again, they're all good friends, but they would still on the back of their minds think that Misty, Bunny, and Kaizen would have this. But Reunion are truly stepping up to the challenge, and you adore it. That's what we love about APAC South, is that these players are all friends and they all push each other to be the best they possibly can be.
I cannot wait for the next season of RLCS to start, for us to see the quality of APAC. Well, folks, I suppose we don't even have to wait, thanks to Psyonix and APL Esports. And of course, with the partnership of the Rocket, as you're watching it right here on the Rocket RB, we get the chance to get the preview of the region. Same goes for Europe, right here on the Rocket. Same goes for North Africa, Middle East, Sub-Saharan Africa. We are getting the previews, and I dare say it's looking as best as it ever has looked.
I do love the expansion regions, as they're called, you know, just looking to improve and the amount of potential that's been there. Sure, everyone was thinking ahead, and rightfully so to Mina, because they had that chance to play against... Oh, that's...
Bring it back in. I'm just hearing explosions. I'm looking at the timer. Nothing really has happened, but all of a sudden, one explosion, second explosion. Misty goes for the farthest player possible. He literally, by himself, cleared out the whole right flank out of Reunion players. But seemingly, that's the only way Lip Biters could even score in this game in an incredibly uncharacteristic fashion. We've seen our first goal in a game 3 minutes in. I was almost thinking we suddenly got a completely different region on our screens big.
Well, it's just that creativity, seeing that they can remove those defenders. It would open the net because no one's going to be able to rotate in. It's that sort of foresight that Misty has, which brings the strength to the Lip Biters.
Back to their own half. Lip Biters, one so far today, I don't think has ever been enough. It has continued on. Misty pops it just above the crossbar and, very importantly, not into it. This could have worked as a horrible bounce for him. And on the other side, Blue beats one. Kaizen just too strong. Nobody in the midfield. Lip Biters right now playing a little bit more assertively. No more immediate risks. They much rather throw some players back. Nobody immediately in the attack either, but that just goes to the completely opposite flank. Squiggly Hireo. Hireo is going to have to wait for Blue to come back. And there he is, getting the touches, trying to predict what the opposition is going to do, but the opposition was already ready.
Powerful shot, Blue. Bunny's done an idea on the line, but didn't get it far enough away. There wasn't a teammate to follow up and be able to clear. Kaizen was removed earlier, and so, yeah, that's an easy follow-up on Squiggly. Beautiful play, punishing the defensive rotations from Lip Biters.
This needed to be Misty's shot. Any tiniest of the punks on that ball would have been a difference between what we just saw and the ball just sailing away from the net, as they then had to stop the ball on the goal line. It was too hard to make it work. Alrighty, as 1-1 and 20 seconds remaining, Reunion and Lip Biters seem to be unable to really separate themselves. Kaizen the one good chance, big clear, too big of a clear. Bacon, they forgot they have their own net.
I can't believe, but there are now whispers. Damn, it's still whispers of a bracket reset. Beforehand, we kind of wrote it off. We were thinking, no, with the run from Lip Biters, this was their tournament win. They were the favorites for a good reason. But Reunion, take a bow. No.
I need to watch this again. This was supposed to be it. Okay, Hireo gets the ball away from Squiggly. Demo on Blue. Blue is no longer the factor. Everybody counted their chickens just a little bit too early. Bacon over time.
The panic at the final moment, allowing the goal. Hireo, can he play redemption? He's got the setup. Misty with a clearance was not ready in the middle that time around Squiggly. He has got his pop towards center. It's dangerous. The bunny dummy is lurking, lingering. Hireo to throw it down into the corner. Misty with a great pass towards center, and Hireo with Blue, clearance does the job. Try and settle the waters once again. That's what's needed.
That's a bit dangerous for a moment. Control of the Lip Biters were mostly lateral, not directly to the net, but across the field. Demos, though, have been instrumental for Lip Biters. That one does not open much, but they're still in action, setting it up 2 versus 2. Can Kaizen find a pass? Not this time. Blue back in the net. That's double, triple, you might say. Was that Hireo, the player who was flying in, that made the save? One way and another, Reunion get out of it and find themselves a clear.
Again, you can't allow Misty to set up plays like that, so they knew they had to go in for the early challenge. Misty not going for the flip reset, instead wanting to watch it go to ground, and you can see the capabilities to mix up the plays and really throw these players into question. That's why you have that faster playstyle, that continuously challenge playstyle, because you cannot allow the time for these APAC players to really mech it up.
No time, or all the time in the world right now to find that one goal. Whichever team, could have been Misty and the Lip Biters. Bunny still up in the air, dropping it on down. Waterfall could work for them. It's removed, and Misty does not have an angle. Bringing it to his own net, utilizes all of his boost and finds a flip reset just to change the angle of it. Whoever scores gets on match point. Misty needs to be incredibly careful, and that is honestly as good as it gets as a save.
Bunny Dummy's got a nice run along the wall. Blue gets there perfectly timed, just snatches it away. Misty doesn't find Bunny Dummy. Perfect block out from Squiggly. Once again, I'm using the term perfectly, but that's because he's doing the purpose, the intention perfectly. It's not going to win them a goal, not going to win them the game, but it keeps them in tow and continuously presses the question of Lip Biters.
Hero in front of the net. Third for Reunion was already far back. Getting on boost. Squiggly in front of net. Somebody needs to be there. Hero almost was a misread. I think you can call it a misread. Lip Biters punish Reunion for missing one too many touches in a row.
Did Blue connect with Hero there? It looked very awkward.
Yeah.
Definitely a pumping of the brakes. And it was very costly. Lip Biters, when we thought for a moment it was going to be match point for Reunion, turning it back around. 0-second equalizer and an OT going in their favor. They brought things back on track for themselves.
So one game away for Lip Biters to take the whole weekly. For Reunion, need to win 2 in a row, and that is going to bring them only to a bracket reset situation, having to win yet another best of 7 versus Lip Biters, versus this team that we keep on seeing surviving in the harshest of the situations. That's going to be a Mount Fuji kind of task for them. But Reunion has really surprised us already, has proven that they belong here in the grand finals. Let's see what they can do on the Neo Tokyo.
The issue right now is if we're looking to RLCS last season, right? No matter what, Reunion would have been in top 8 contention. Lip Biters might be for top 6. That's the kind of difference right now, because this is just focusing on APAC South alone. And so, actually, maybe even towards the end, you know, Lip Biters, these are players that could have been contesting for top 4. So you're there looking at it and trying to condense and just saying the region at the whole is getting even better, and the depth is purely there because, again, we're looking solely at APAC South, and this is, you've got to take into context, there are some APAC South players playing with APAC North players right now. Tomorrow, you'll be able to see the, should we say, I guess, the betrayers to the APAC South region.
No. Just like Europe exports their players to North America to help a struggling region.
Yep.
It is Blue scoring first in this game, and we have been calling his name so often in this series. Reunion is indebted to his opportunities in the attack. Even Lip Biters are shocked what's currently going on the field.
Again, the distractions for us as casters is seeing that game chat and just seeing how the players talk to each other. They were asking, hello, where's the defense there? And yeah, I love this kind of camaraderie you have in the region. It's so good.
Defense. Or you can go Reunion, Lip Biters, whichever do you prefer.
Can we get some chants in chat, maybe?
Yeah,
that'd be
come
great.
on. Who are you supporting in this one? I know that folks have been praising the potential chaotic show, asking about the bracket reset, but who do you support? Lip Biters, Kaizen, Misty, and Bunny, our upper bracket team that still has 2 of their lives in the bag, or Reunion, who are honestly the surprise after what we've seen happen in the bracket previously.
Oh, nice little 50 away. Misty allowing it maybe a little too much time to breathe, so didn't get full control. Is with 0 boost and lingering downfield, waiting for a cherry picking moment. So it's always weird, the confidence from this team at times, but they allow for it because they've got the confidence in one another.
We have some Lip Biters fans, we have Reunion fans, or namely Squiggly fans, and Team Chaos. It's APAC. That's fair enough, sir. Madam.
Team Chaos. Yes. Good. Allow it. Let chaos reign. Misty in a corner, though, could cause issues. The pass out towards center. Oh, it doesn't connect off the ceiling. Kaizen read it nice and early. Couldn't contest properly. That's going to be a loose ball towards net, but Misty is rotated in time.
On the line, now starting an attack of his own. Blue and Squiggly both try to read at Misty. Not going to collect the ball. Pretty sure that went in Squiggly's favor. And that's a good situation, since I know that Lip Biters can absolutely leave you with not even a drop of boost when their rotations are working, knowing how close their rotations are to the opposition's net.
Interesting choice to go
Waterfall.
for the flip reset, but the waterfall to finish it off. Well played. Removed the defender as well with the demo. Look at this bunny dummy off the ceiling, perfectly placed. Not even a waterfall, sorry, it was just a rebound. And Misty makes good on it.
Spiking it down, Lip Biters just move the ball out of the reach of their opposition. The Reunion on every single challenge, just a little bit behind. And 1-1, no longer the situation in the series. We're no longer tied again. Lip Biters on match point. But with Reunion have something to say about it. Did he run out of boost? I swear it was his to take. Yep. Still plenty of boost.
Squiggly. We feel you, is all we put in chat, and yes. Time. This is I don't relatable Rocket League at times like that with goals like that. Yeah, we feel you.
Oh boy, our hearts go out to all of these players that just cannot make that touch. It happens to the best of them. How about the pinch off the ground? No, Kazan tries to go for a little bit of more of a pouncy action. Even in his situation, could not make it work. And look at, again, look how close Lip Biters are. When they see they still have a chance in the arena and don't have an immediate clear or like some sort of a pinch that can send the ball flying to the other side of the field, Lip Biters are not abandoning ship. They're sitting tight, almost in that penalty area, waiting for any bounces because they're confident they can work with it.
Hero there had to slow down the play because if you looked from his perspective, there was no one to give the ball to. They needed that chance to reset, recover. And it's worked really well, don't get me wrong. You can see it broken out there in half. But it's just, that's gotta be scary if you're a player.
Reset, recover, reunion. I think we're gonna put it on a little placard.
The free hours. Yes.
The free hours, live, love, laugh of Rocket League and the APAC right now. For now, in the lead are Reunion and Bunny might get dunked. Anybody on the ground? A little bit of a bump of their own bumper cars in Lip Biters' net that are now rushing off their own and attack goes into the attack and it's like a kaleidoscope of things. Lip Biters tied.
Again, it's these fine margins. We were talking about them earlier. So difficult. Tying it up, this has been a much closer game than we ever expected, but we love it nonetheless.
It has been the best. Again, worthy of a grand final, and it's all thanks to Lip Biters and Reunion. They are showing this could have gone either all way, but Blue is going to be very happy that for his third, this goes Woodwork and in Heroes motions as well. And a bit too much of a backflip action, but Misty might have been beaten right there and then.
They want to send us to game 7, don't they?
We'd want to.
I'm not going to be mad if we do, but I won't call it just yet, Jen.
See, there's plenty of time. I say plenty of time is 30 seconds, which sometimes is almost impossible thing to climb, but we're talking APAC, Kazan, Misty removed, so that's attack out, but Blue, the tiniest of the touches, but nullifies all the attack, and I think settles this game. Neo Tokyo. Actually, Bacon, I just remembered. Remember that buzzer beater tying into the overtime?
Yep,
Even with this, even with 13 seconds and 2 goals difference, I'm not going to say anything.
You can't. It's APAC. We covered this earlier. Just let the chaos happen.
Let the second
Especially
dog
when you
fly.
got a kick off like that, Misty. The layout to Bunny is brilliant.
They're doing it. They are doing it. I mean, immediately right here, Kazan wins a perfect one for Misty. A pass was an even better idea, and Blue, Bunny in this case, as the third player, got over the post, rushes towards the opposition net. We are within 1. They are not letting this go.
I love APAC. It's stupid, but it's fun. That's got to be it. Done and done.
Oh. That was just
it was
scary.
constructed.
That was scary. Kazan Bunny. It's a juggling over there. Not gonna work out. Reunion take the third. This has been the 6th game. One more game, and the difference is Reunion send us to a bracket reset, another best of 7, or Lip Biters finish it over here. They're going to be incredibly angry, Lip Biters, if they let this slip out of their hands.
I'm incredibly angry right now because Lip Biters was so close to scoring that. It was a whisker away. Again, I don't get these teams sometimes, but I love it nonetheless. Reunion taking us to that game 7, and they look good enough today to take it all. And don't get me wrong, I'm not surprised in some ways. Like we said, Lip Biters were the favorites. That's because Reunion, we just couldn't see that immediate chemistry, if you want to put it that way. We saw it from Yat last time round, but here Reunion have turned up, and I just adore them because they are looking better than the last qualifying event, and they look like they're capable of taking down a region. It's so fun.
That's the main takeaway from this. This is exciting as heck. And folks, I'm glad you are here to watch this with us. So for one more time in this series, at the very least, it is the Champions Field. It is anyone's game, and Reunion are making a very strong call in their favor that they should be the one to win this series and bracket reset the whole thing.
Aero wanting to lay off blue. Did get the touch, but Kaizen read it so well. Squiggly. What a lockdown, but the play, you could see the idea there, Jam, right? And it was a good idea, just mistimed slightly.
They got out of the tight situation as well. That ball was surrounded, and a good flick, such as we saw, was imperative to putting any sort of threat on target. Right now, demos are coming out. Quigley is on the field. Pass. He's going to be dumping it down because he has no aerial abilities, no aerial chance in that situation. He was already dipping on down, so good choice for him. And into the corner we go. Misty. Ooh, dangerous. Decided to go low, but that's exactly where Reunion players are waiting for him.
See you in chat, Hein. Squiggly, don't let me down. The issue right now is, well, Squiggly's probably got a few intrusive thoughts to meme it up, and just don't let them win. It's the biggest part.
Oh, you could see that was hunting Squiggly. Goes past two players of lip biters, rather, but not finding anybody. So physical game is coming out. I mean, it's already came out several games ago. It's just that right now over here, this could be the culmination of it. The well-placed bump or demo could be a difference between bracket reset or see you later for the next qualifier.
Kaizen blocks Squiggly, and he slows down the play. Didn't make it palatable for the lip biters, but nonetheless, they haven't won it entirely yet. They've left it to a 1v1. Bunny Tommy
Anybody?
knocks it away.
Anybody, please. Oh, they needed the second player, and they came, but lip biters still were no closer to scoring a goal. Dangerous, though, opportunity, and sort of shows that little gaps are still there in Union's defense, and lip biters still can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Paw or no paw, they are still scoreless, which makes this game number 7 even more exciting. I love it. I love it. Watch it again. Just watch it again. Kaizen with an option to go high doesn't have to. He simply does not have to.
The best psych you will ever see in Rocket League right there. We're near the halfway mark, folks. Still a lot of this game left to go. But that's a quick 2-0 lead, courtesy of Kaizen.
Oh, I want to see this because, again, kickoff works out well. Bluey gets a demo on Misty, but that stops him from challenging the ball. Oh, it hurts. My heart go out for Reunion in that situation. But yet another kickoff. Lip biters, they are incredibly dangerous, and Misty, I think, is looking for more players. Is this all of a sudden just the house of cards crumbling down? The lip biters just
No.
getting ahead, and do you want more goals from Reunion? Do you want to keep it going? It's not in the net. I would have sworn it has gone into the net big.
If that is a destiny, fate, by chance, yeah, sure, we can call it luck. I don't know what is. But for whatever reason, there is some mystical power that doesn't want this to end now. They want the bracket reset.
Quigley first needs to get the ball. Misty just being an absolute nuisance, no boost. And this is the moment where Reunion needs to be at their best. Reunion needs to be at their squeaky cleanest in the defense. Whether right here, not a touch. Two players collide, part. That's exactly where the shot is coming in from lip biters. Putting out 8 shots. And you could see it on the scoreboard. They make them count.
Kaizen wants that hat trick, he know it. Finish on the highest of notes. And good enough to do it. 1 minute play left to go here. Wow. It's not going to be easy for Reunion, but as we know, Jeff, it's not over yet. You can't call it this early.
No, not in this situation. How about now? You know what, folks? 4 goal comebacks. APAC has them. I'm certain of it.
We said earlier, a goal every 20 seconds. There is perfectly a goal every 20 seconds up for grabs.
Alrighty, folks. Step right up for one and all the Apex South Biweekly Rumble number 2. You want to win? I don't know. I mean, everybody wants to win right now. Lip Biters more so than anybody else. For Reunion, is just put in one. It needs to start with one, but the problem is, I think the Lip Biters' grasp on the possession right now is gonna be as tight as it has ever been. I don't think they're even gonna risk much if they commit 3 players up front just for the sake of keeping the ball away from Reunion.
145 seconds. That light at the end of the tunnel is getting a little bit dim now. Gotta get a goal. Just to open up the possibilities, but again, easier said than done. Knock towards center was good by Blue. Didn't find Hero in time.
Perhaps the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, that just goes past Blue, and everybody just tries to make sure that it awkwardly does not go out of their car. For Reunion, for Lip Biters is, how can we guide this ball into the net? Not working out for Lip Biters, but they're going to be pretty happy with their 4. Early GG's already being called on the line this goes, and the light at the end of the tunnel I think ended up being the train going towards Reunion. An absolute blowout of 5-0 with still more time to add something on the board. It is what it is. No, it is what Lip Biters are. Bunny Kaiser and Misty previously got this time under Lip Biters banner. They are the best team today in the APAC South Rumble, the bi-weekly.
But Reunion can go away holding their heads high because this was a great series. It went to 7. Sure, it didn't go to the bracket reset, but nonetheless, it was a boatload of fun. And wow. We now have another team qualified from APAC South, and I couldn't think of one better than the Lip Biters.
They are going to be joining the Asian Cuisine, Bellari's, Apps Crazy, and Kevin in the big tournament. Once again, just to bring in some information, it's going to be a 2-week event in November 19th and November 26th, as we're going to be seeing both North APAC and South APAC team playing versus one another. We already know, again, the Asian Cuisine from South, as well as Bokitachi, Forlash, Lunatic, and Mikan are going to be the North APAC representatives. And we're going to be finding another APAC North team tomorrow. As Bacon has alluded already, Kaken is going to be broadcasting the APAC North bi-weekly Rumble on his channel in Japanese.
Yeah, the bracket isn't released just yet, but as I just quickly pull up Start GG, because of course, deadline has been hit. Looking over there, we've got Power is Strong is Power back, and we've got Namote Putty back. Oh my god, that is a
Yes.
throwback. Nimt, Maru, Shalon, Akikansu, and Popo have stuck together and are looking powerful to be able to do even more. We've got Yokohama, F Marino signed up, Overlooked, and it's fun. You've got Boop there. This is the question. I was talking to Spooks earlier about it. Burn, Yunky, J-Box, and Nye. That's a very interesting team right there. Sigum's Minions, we talked about the Betrayers to APAC South. Well, LCT is teaming with Sigum's and Corrado. That's going to be a team to watch. So quickly just have a little look
North.
around.
Is that Old North?
Apart from LCT, that's North. That is 2/3 North. So LCT is finally an import player, I guess. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Is LCD just trying to play both sides of APAC, trying to come on top?
Good. Just allow the chaos to reign supreme. It's fun.
Oh, I mean, props to him if he manages. Props to him if he's allowed to. I'm not one to me to like jump to the conclusions.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's 2/3 APAC North. It's perfectly fine.
I see. So perfectly legal. So I do believe today there's no more chances to sign up for the APAC North bi-weekly Rumble number 2. Those signups happen 24 hours before the event itself. So make sure for the last one in 2 weeks, hence the bi-weekly, you want to be signing up both for this tournament, the bi-weekly Rumble number 3. Played out on November 5th, but you need to sign up on November 4th. So make sure in time, not last minute, folks, not last minute. November 4th for registration for APAC South Rumble and for APAC North Rumble. It is going to be the signups are going to be on the 4th as well, if this is to be believed. So Do not miss it if you want to play in this tournament. If you are part of APAC, bring your friends. Anybody can join. And next time, 2 of the teams from the top are going to be qualified to the final event, the already alluded 19th and 26th, the Regional Rumble APAC Finals.
That's it from us here today. Like I said, tomorrow Koken is going to be broadcasting APAC North over on his channel, so go drop a follow there, tune in. I definitely know when I've got a bit of free time spare, I love tuning into that. Japanese Rocket League is great fun. But from everyone here on the Rocket, been great fun here today, joined by, of course, yourself, Jam. We had Reliq on earlier, HC-PinGviini, I can't ever get your name right, Hanna, I'm so sorry, on production behind the scenes, and of course Callus on the social media, putting all those tweets out. If you really want to, you know, just look at the highlights, just go over to Twitter, the Rocket RB over there. And of course, we just got little clips going on all the time. Drop a follow to all of us as well. But until next time, like you said, Jam the 4th, stay safe. We'll see you soon for even more Rocket League APAC action.
The places I'll go, other places I still don't know. Other places I'll go, other places I still don't know.
They say that you will never make it, but you're done listening to the naysayers, trying so hard to tear you apart. They play it safe by staying in line, but you run out into the sunshine all alone to the beat of your own song. We're children of the sun.